welcome to another Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union broadcast of Lumberjack basketball. Join us as we bring you the action live from the court with Tim Parrish. We want to take a moment to thank all of our Lumberjack sports sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Now for the countdown to tip-off with Tim Parrish, and go Lumberjack! And welcome, Lumberjack fans. Tim Parrish here at Lumberjack Gymnasium as we get set for league action here today from St. Maries High School. Lumberjack girls and boys hosting the Grangeville Bulldogs into a Central Idaho League action today. This is just varsity games. There's no JV games. So get on out here to the gym and fill these stands and cheer on your Lumberjacks in this all-important league matchup today. We are 36 minutes until the opening tip-off, so you've got plenty of time to head on out here, turn the radio on, catch our pregame show, and head out to the gym and cheer on the Lady Lumberjacks and the Boys Lumberjacks. The varsity girls will play first. Varsity boys will finish up the afternoon. It is also a little bit like Hawaii. It's not really feeling warm in here, but it is aloha, kind of they're having an aloha. I forgot what they were calling it today, but it's all month long is Hawaii themed for games here at Lumberjack Gymnasium. So if you come on out, be sure to grab your most colorful Hawaiian shirt and head to the gym for some basketball action. We're going to step away and take a quick break. Then we'll come back with our Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off right here on 1240 KOFE.
T1FCU's Ascend Checking is a simple free checking account that gives you the flexibility to earn dividends. Plus, get anytime account access with online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and no minimum balance requirements. So level up your finances with an Ascend Checking account. Learn more at t1fcu.org/ascend. T1FCU, your community, your credit union. Insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch. Breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Maries.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? Do you need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
With stage 1 and 2 of the sports complex nearly complete, the Lumberjack Booster Club thanks Archie's IGA, Shift and Grind, and the St. Maries community for their fundraising efforts and continued support in making this sports complex come to life. The next stage will be the sprinkler system. The Booster Club is looking for new members. If you have kids in high school or soon entering high school, now is the time to get involved with the Booster Club. For more information on how you can help with the sports complex or questions about becoming a member, contact Donnie Masterson at 208-582-1802 or by email at golumberjacks@gmail.com. And as always, go Lumberjack!
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Idaho, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Maries community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those Lumberjacks.
Tim Parrish back here at Lumberjack Gymnasium, the Paulette's #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off as the St. Maries Lumberjacks set to host the visiting Grangeville Bulldogs in 2A Central Idaho League play. And today's matchup is just varsity games, as the JV teams for Grangeville did not travel for the games they had. Grangeville actually pretty busy the last couple days. They played at Kellogg last night, and then, of course, they're playing here tonight before, I think, heading on back home to Grangeville. Anyways, taking a look at the 2A Central Idaho League standings, I think I've got these things switched up right now. I believe the Kellogg Wildcats now will be at the very top of the Central Idaho League at the moment in girls basketball, as they have a 2-1. I don't think they have a 2-1 league 2-1 league record. I think they still hold their spot at the top of the league record for Central Idaho League, of course, because they have that 2-1 record. They are 5-9 overall on the season. They did beat St. Mary's 46-32 on the 10th, and then they played Grangeville last night, and the Grangeville Bulldog girls got the win 54-37. And Kellogg is hosting Orofino today. So Kellogg has 3 straight games, or at least not the girls, but the boys have 3 straight games, as they played St. Mary's Thursday, Grangeville Friday, and now Orofino today. The Kellogg Wildcat girls are currently 9th in the Idaho Sports Power Rankings and 15th in the Max Preps Power Rankings. Grangeville, I would assume, move up to the number 2 slot in the Central Idaho League with a 1-0 league record and 7-7 overall. They're only, aside from St. Mary's, they're the only team now that has had a 500 or better record on the season. But St. Mary's currently right now is sitting just below 500. But the Wildcats, or the Bulldogs, 1-0 in league play, 7-7 overall. They beat Kellogg last night, 54-37. Of course, they are here today to take on the Lumberjacks. On the 17th, which is next week, they will host Council over in Grangeville. They are currently 11th in the Idaho Sports Power Rankings and 8th in the Max Preps Rankings. The Orofino Maniacs are 1-0 in league play. They are 3-6 overall. Their last game, they beat St. Mary's 32-24. That was back on the 6th of this month. They are, or were, I guess, at Timberlake on the 10th. I haven't seen no score from that game. They are 14th in the Idaho Sports Power Rankings and 12th in the Max Preps Power Rankings. The Priest River Spartans, they are 0-1 in league play, 1-6 overall. They lost 51-35 to Riverside, Washington in their last action. And they actually were supposed to host North Idaho Christian on the 10th. I did not actually look up or see a outcome of that game, and I didn't write down I did not put down Priest River's rankings. The St. Mary's Lumberjacks, 0-2 in league play with losses to Orofino and to Kellogg. They have a 5-6 record coming into today's matchup. They lost to Kellogg 46-32 in their last game. And they are going to be at Priest River next week on the 4th. Next week, I think it's Tuesday, we will head up to Priest River to broadcast that game. They are 14th, Lumberjacks are, in the Idaho Sports Power Rankings and currently still sitting 7th in the Max Preps Rankings as the last time I checked. Overall, let's take a look at the Power Rankings, Coaches Polls, Media Polls, and Max Preps Rankings for the top 5. Melba Mustangs, they are just rolling through their opponents, both on the boys' side and the girls' side. Currently, the Melba girls are 17-0 according to Idaho Sports records for the schedule. They sit at number 1, of course, let's just put it this way. Melba sits number 1 across the board for all the polls and rankings. North Fremont is number 2 in the Idaho Sports Power Ranking. Soda Springs is 3. Coal Valley is 4. West Side is 5. In the coaches poll, like I said, Melba up top, Coal Valley Christian 2nd, Soda Springs 3rd, North Fremont 4th, New Plymouth 5th. In the media polls, it's Melba, Coal Valley, Soda Springs, North Fremont, Ryrie, your top 5. And then the Max Preps rankings, this is how they seed the state tournament when it gets down to that time. The top 5 in Max Preps is Melba, Soda Springs, Coal Valley, West Side, and North Fremont. So there's a lot of the same teams mixed into those top 5s all the way across the board. That is a look at your 2A Central Idaho League standings and your 2A power polls or power rankings and polls. We're going to take a quick break and come back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off here on 1240 KOFE St. Maries, also on our audio stream on YouTube, and, of course, our pregame going live over the NFHS, our pregame and play-by-play going live over the NFHS camera here at Lumberjack Gymnasium.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Maries, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Maries choose Farm Bureau insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life, plus they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Maries. So let's hear it for our hometown teams. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Maries at 105 North 8th Street, St. Maries.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
Any adventure, any task, any time, there's a Yamaha utility ATV for any ride and any rider. See the full lineup at St. Maries on Cycle. Adventure seekers can start with the trail-tested capability and comfort of the Yamaha Grizzly lineup. For the ultimate in mid-size ATV performance, check out the Yamaha Kodiak 450. And for those who mix work and pleasure, the Yamaha Kodiak 700 line devours chores and leaves room for adventure. Find your utility ATV at St. Maries on Cycle or YamahaMotorsports.com.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings. But it's true. St. Maries Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Maries Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the Hot Deli for something quick for dinner. St. Maries Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goal. Hughes Ace Hardware is a place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time.
Tim Parrish back here at Lumberjack Gymnasium with the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off as your Lumberjacks get set to host the Grangeville Bulldogs in 2A Central Idaho League action today. Let's see here. The Lumberjack girls, they are sitting at 5-6 overall with a 1-2 record in league play. They're looking and hoping to get back to 500 on the season here with a 6-6 record. They'd love to get back to that also as well, even in league play with a 2-2 record. Actually, have we won a league game? I don't know. Did we? No, we were 0-2. I don't know why I have. Okay, so the Lumberjack girls are 0-2 in league play. They would like to get a win here in league play today and get to that 1-2 position. And then hopefully against Priest River next week, maybe even that up at 2-2. But like I said, they got to get past these Grangeville Bulldogs. this is going to probably be a pretty tough game against Grangeville, the CIL favorites this year. They've been the Central Idaho League favorites the last several years, and for good reason. They've been a strong program. They've been to the state tournament several years in a row, I think, and they are just always, and they have been for the last several years, a tough program. And like I said, I think they are going to be so as well today. As we've said all season, one of the Lumberjack girls' biggest struggles that they have is taking care of the ball. They average 25 turnovers a game. The Jacks, luckily, they have not had most of their opponents haven't taken advantage of those turnovers. That's part of the reason why the girls have a 5-6 record, because they've turned the ball over a lot. But most of the time, it seems like the teams that they were playing haven't taken advantage of those turnovers. In the 2 games prior to Kellogg, the girls had turnovers under 20 turnovers in those both of those last 2 games before Kellogg. They went 1-1 in those games. One of them was against Orofino. The other one was against Logos. In the game against Kellogg, they had 25 turnovers, but again, Kellogg did not take advantage of said turnovers. So it didn't help Kellogg. They did win that game, but it wasn't because of the turnover numbers or taking advantage of those turnovers. Team averages across the board between St. Mary's and their opponents are actually pretty even with shooting percentages and free throw percentages, 3-point percentages. Everything's been fairly even. St. Mary's has matched up fairly well on paper with all of their opponents, but the only place that they do have a higher number in that does affect them is that turnover number. And like I said, they're averaging around 25 turnovers per game when their opponents are averaging about 18. So that takes away possessions from St. Mary's, gives it to their opponents. And like I said, about 50% of the teams we've played this year have made a substantial amount of points. And that's mainly the reason for some of those wins against for some of those opponents is just because of the fact that they have taken advantage of those turnovers. If St. Mary's can get those turnovers down to around 18 like their opponents, then it evens that playing field out a little bit better. So we'll just have to see as the season rolls on. We are probably about halfway through the girls' season, so they don't have a lot more time to get that turnover issue figured out. Anyways, it is the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off. The Grangeville Bulldog girls have just ran out to start warming up, and the Lumberjack girls, I think, probably getting ready to come out onto the floor. And I will apologize early for Grangeville fans that might be tuned in, as it looks like there might be more girls out there for Grangeville than what I have on the roster. So I don't know if there's some JV girls that did make the trip to float up to the varsity squad just to get a little bit of extra depth, because I only have, I think, 10 girls on the varsity roster for Grangeville. 9, actually. And there is 9 or 10 girls. There's one girl that's not warming up. She just went and sat on the bench while the rest of the team warms up. So maybe she is not active. I don't know. She is dressed, but she is just chilling on the bench at the moment. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and take another break. We'll come back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off here on 1240 KOFE St. Mary's, and we'll be back.
Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses. And most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, if you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
At Good Neighbor Pharmacy, we're committed to being your good neighbor.
Good Neighbor Pharmacy is an independent network of over 3,000 pharmacies throughout the United States, giving us the buying power to compete with the chain stores.
We'll fill your prescription quickly and safely, and you're supporting a locally owned pharmacy.
Your copays are the same wherever you go. Why not come and visit your locally owned pharmacy professional?
Jack's Pharmacy is your Good Neighbor Pharmacy here in St. Mary's. Come in and say hi. Jack's Pharmacy.
High school sports don't just happen. There's a ton of work that goes into every single athletic event.
And we have our school's athletic director to thank for a lot of it. Thank you.
For scheduling officials, so I can always play the game I love.
for ordering quality athletic equipment so I can stay safe on the field,
for mentoring my coaches so they can be the best role models for me,
for coordinating transportation so I can get focused for the big game,
for helping us develop character and learn lessons that will benefit us for the rest of our lives.
Thank you to our AD for always creating a positive experience for us. We'll never forget it.
From all of us at the NIAAA, thank you to every athletic administrator in Idaho for all you do to enrich the lives of your students. It does not go unnoticed. This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Tim Parrish back here at Lumberjack Gymnasium, and I was going to be coming back with the Paul Latch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off and mention that we've got John Cordell in the house tonight, as he is, as everybody knows, he moved up into, I think, superintendent of TICO school districts, but he still has his, still lives here in St. Maries, and he's frequent at these Lumberjack sporting events. And tonight it looks like they're putting him to work down there, or this afternoon, as he is working the scoreboard tonight. And another face that I haven't seen in a while, and he's looking pretty good. And I hope I get a chance to maybe say hi to him. Just seen Craig Teft walk in the door, coming in over here, and glad to see him out and about. And I hope he's feeling good. Maybe I'll get a chance to see him, but really cool to see Craig. I haven't seen him in quite a while, so it was nice. I was kind of surprised when I looked up and down the line here and seeing him walking in to the facility. I don't know if he's here to watch the games or to take in a little bit of Lumberjack action on an important league game day, or if he's just here for a moment to take care of something in his office. But in any case, it's nice to see Coach Teft over here today. Back to the countdown to tip-off. Take a look at some Lumberjack statistical numbers here for you. St. Mary's, I haven't updated it since the last game, but they haven't changed much. St. Mary's girls averaging 39 points per game. Their opponents are averaging 41 points per game. Lumberjack girls shooting around 32% from the field. And, I kind of think that boys and girls basketball should be even in some of these statistical categories. I could be wrong. Because it seems like Grangeville's shooting percentage isn't much better. They had stats on Max Prep, so it doesn't seem like many of the teams' shooting percentages are much higher than what St. Mary's is. So 32% from the field might not be an off number for girls basketball. In my opinion, if I was coach, I would like to see that shooting percentage around 40% or above, though, just like the boys are. If you're shooting that much better, and it is, and 32 or 35 is more of a accurate representation for girls basketball, then that just means your team's that much better. But I can't believe that 32% would be what coaches want shooting from the field at any boys or girls basketball. Field goal, three-point percentage, definitely not where anybody wants it for the girls, as they sit at 19% on the season from three-point range, which is, I guess, kind of surprising because they've got several girls that can shoot from outside that just haven't been able to find a sweet spot, so to speak. Taylor Jansen, I've watched her knock down threes like crazy at the JV level, and she just hasn't quite gotten into a groove. Sammy Sint can also knock down the outside shot, and I even think Jacqueline Linnemeyer can shoot from outside sometimes. Berkeley on occasion, but none of those girls have really had a great game from outside so far. And then from the free throw line, 46%, not an acceptable number for any team. But again, opponents not shooting much better, 47% from the free throw line for opponents. But everybody wants to see that free throw percentage up, boys or girls basketball, in that 70% range because they're free gimme shots. So you should be able to make 60, 70% of those shots. 40 rebounds per game. St. Mary's has been a strong rebounding team on the season. They have also averaged 9 steals and 10 assists. So most of the stats sit in pretty decent areas. There's some spots that, of course, need a lot of work. But turnovers is the one place where St. Mary's does struggle. Mentioned it hundreds of times in the past. 25 turnovers per game for the Lumberjack girls. On their opponent's side of things, 28% field goal shooting. So their opponents shooting even less than the Lumberjacks shoot. They are doing better from outside at 25% from three-point range and 47% from the free throw line. 33 rebounds per game for their opponents. Their opponents average 12 steals per game, 19 turnovers, and 6 assists. The 12 steals is just exactly what happens to St. Mary's, especially when the opponent gets a trap or something down anywhere around the floor. It tends to make some of our girls, I guess you could say, panic a little bit, and they rush what they're trying to do, so they throw the ball away. So that's the biggest area that I'm sure that Coach Wickard works on every day, is trying to get them comfortable in being trapped. So it's just a spot that you've got to work through. Individually I didn't even go through that one, did I? I completely skipped over the last game against Kellogg. Anyways, individually scoring, Stacy Mitchell averages 10 points per game, as does Tacey Watkins. And then Taylor Jansen, Berkeley McGrill, Sammy Sint each average 5 points per game. Stacy Mitchell, she's averaging a double-double a game. Last 2 or 3 games, though, she has not had above and each averaging 2 assists per game. Stacy Mitchell, Michaela Spray, and Brenna Elliott averaging 1. And steals, it's McGrill with 3 per game, Watkins and Sexton with 2, and Sammy Sint with 1 per game. I'm not even going to worry about that segment that I skipped over. We'll just keep on going. We've got 10 and a half minutes until the opening ceremonies and tip-off. We'll take a break and come back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off here from Lumberjack Gymnasium.
Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture at St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community staple and Lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benawah, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Maries Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Maries is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Maries, Shift and Grind says, go Lumberjack.
Tim Parrish back here at Lumberjack Gymnasium. Your Lumberjack girls and boys hosting the 2A Central Idaho League opponent, Grangeville Bulldogs, today. And we're just under 8 minutes until opening tip-off and ceremonies. And I mentioned earlier about Coach Teft being in the house. I also wanted to mention again that, we've said that Kellogg, just about every game that we've played this year, the boys teams at least have come out in honor of Coach Teft and the St. Mary's community in general, wearing the Lumberjack Strong T-shirts. And just watched the Lumberjack or the Grangeville boys basketball team walk into the gymnasium here today wearing those same Lumberjack strong shirts that Kellogg was wearing at their when they came out and warmed up in Kellogg the other night. So again, the show of support from our opponents is still just continues to amaze me. Just all of everything that goes on from opponents even. So it's really cool to see. And like I said, Coach Teff here in the house right now, and he's down there getting hugs from all of his players and students that he hasn't probably seen in a little bit. Anyways, moving back on to the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off. The Grangeville Bulldogs, 2A Central Idaho League opponent. They are coached by Michelle Barger in her 8th year at the helm of the Grangeville Bulldogs. The Bulldog girls program has 8 state titles. Can you believe that? That is a heck of a basketball program. They're spread out a little bit, but it's kind of interesting to see these state titles. So they had state titles in 77 and 79, a couple of years there between titles, but right there close together. Then in 94 and 96, they had state titles. In 04 and 05, they had back-to-back state titles. And then in 2008 and 2011 is when the Grangeville Bulldogs have had their state championships for their girls program. A very, very solid program over the years. Obviously, since 1977 and forward, they've been a very strong, imposing opponent for teams. They come into today's game with a 1-0 league record, 7-7 overall, as they beat Kellogg 54-37 last night. They averaged 43 points per game. I did not get an average of what their opponents score. I just did not get time to get that one taken care of. But they do average 43 points per game. That's what the Lumberjack girls allow per game on average. So we'll see if St. Mary's can keep them below that. Returning players this year, they have a fairly young squad, does Grangeville. But some of their key returners are Maddie Thacker, Adelaide LaFay, Madeline Green, and Abby Fry. Abby Fry was, I think this was for maybe one game, I think, because Idaho Sports picks a player of the game in the state tournament games every game. So Abby Fry was a 2022 Idaho Sports Player of the Game at state last year. So she is a pretty good ball player on that Grangeville roster. Interesting note, though, I will let you know about some stats here in a minute. She is not the leading scorer this year for the Wildcats, or for the for the Grangeville Bulldogs. I don't know why I've got Kellogg on the brain right now. I think the honor for leading scorer goes to either a sophomore. I think it's a sophomore, and I have that information in a little bit. But the Bulldogs, they started the season with a losing record this year. They've battled back to 7-7. Do not let that record fool you, though, as they started out with several games down south. They played some bigger schools and some tough opponents down in the southern side of the state. So they've played some high-caliber teams to start the season. The Bulldogs have a fairly young roster, like I mentioned. They have just 10 players with just one senior on that roster. They have 4 players that score 6 points or above, and it's sophomore Madeline Green that averages right around 12 points per game for the Bulldogs. So she's going to be one of many players that St. Mary's girls needs to try to shut down. But I think that if they do accomplish shutting her down, they might have other players that can step in with 6 girls, with 4 players that can score 6 or above points. So it's not going to be about one player here tonight. A stat that the Bulldogs have that's similar to St. Mary's, they average 24 turnovers per game. They also average 29 rebounds, 12 steals. Their shooting percentages from the field is 34%. Their three-point percentage, not very good, 13% from the field, or from three-point range. The Grangeville Bulldog girls have shot 161 three-pointers. They are not afraid to shoot from outside, but they've only made 21 of those. And they shoot 49% from the free throw line. So they haven't been, they on paper, they match up fairly evenly with the Lumberjacks. But again, they play some tough teams, so we cannot let those numbers fool us. with both teams turning the ball over 20 times tonight, it's going to come down tonight to whoever takes advantage of those turnovers or whoever turns it over the least amount of times. The Jacks have a little bit of an advantage from a rest standpoint as they've had a few days off since they last played. Grangeville, well, they played last night. Probably, I don't know where they stayed, if they stayed in Coeur d'Alene or if they stayed in the Kellogg area, if there was a hotel up there for them. But, they got done with their games around 9 o'clock and then had to go to a hotel and stay the night there and then come up to St. Mary's today. So they are maybe a little bit, they had a pretty good game against Grangeville, but against Kellogg. So we'll see. We'll see if they're a little bit tired today and see how they come out. Looking at that schedule coming up on the 14th, well, that's today. Good luck to the wrestling teams for St. Mary's. They are at the Northwest Crusader Classic. On the 14th, which is today, we've already got that one underway. The 17th, next Tuesday, I believe it is, the girls are at Priest River. We will be up there to broadcast those games. On the 19th, the girls will be at Troy. The boys will be at Orofino. We're going to plan on cruising up to Orofino to broadcast that game. It's a league matchup. And then on the 21st, the boys and girls varsity and JV will be at Genesis Prep for a quad match. And we will be at Genesis Prep. We do intend on being at Genesis Prep to broadcast those varsity games. I didn't have this information yet. So next week as well for wrestling, Wednesday, it's going to be home for wrestling against Kellogg. That'll be at 5 o'clock. And then on Saturday, the wrestling team will be at the Clearwater Classic. Also on Saturday, the cheerleading team will be at the Prairie Classic. So that's a look at your upcoming schedules, and that's going to wrap up our countdown to tip off here on KOFE as we get ready for the national anthem or the Pledge of Allegiance. We're going to take a break. We'll be back.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
It's time to winterize your home, and there's no better place to start than in everyone's hardware and lumber store, 10th Street Lumber. They have insulation, house wraps, stoves, and heaters. See their huge selection of power tools, paints, and painting supplies. And, of course, they have a full line of lumber supplies. Stop by 10th Street Lumber and see what they can do for you. And remember, 10th Street Lumber will deliver anywhere on 10th Street and Railroad Avenue, 10th Street Lumber.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255.
Triple X Feeds in St. Mary's is your one-stop farm and garden shop. Everything from pet supplies to livestock feeds and supplies, Triple X Feeds has it. Horse supplies, they have that also. From saddle pads to bridles, Triple X Feeds can set you up. Triple X Feeds now has hay and alfalfa in stock as well as straw. Triple X Feeds, located at 130 East College Avenue in St. Mary's, open 8 to 5:30 weekdays and 9 to 5 on Saturday. Triple X Feeds, a proud Lumberjack sports broadcast sponsor.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
Tim Parrish back here at, whoa, how come I can't hear myself? I turned me down, that's why. Okay. Now we'll get the starting lineups and the starters for the Lumberjacks, or for the For the Bulldogs, it'll be 5'5" freshman number 2, Karis Barger. It'll be the number 4, 5'5" senior, or 5'5" junior, Abby Fry. Number 20, a 6'2" sophomore, Madeline Green. Number 24, 5'7" junior, it's Maddie Thacker. And it'll be number 32, 5'7" freshman, Addison Vanderwall. Bulldogs are coached by Michelle Barger. Now starting lineup for your St. Maries Lumberjacks. It'll be the number 1, 5'7" senior guard, Berkeley McGrill. The number 5, 5'5" junior guard, Kara Sexton. Number 14, 6-foot senior post, Casey Watkins. I think the couple of Lumberjack, or let's see Kara Sexton go over. Yeah, they're all coming over and giving Coach Craig Teft a hug and a high five here. The next starter for the Lumberjacks, the number 20, 5'9" senior post, Stacey Mitchell. And the 6-foot junior post, Sammy Dent. Lumberjacks are coached by Dakota Wicker. So once again, really neat to see as the rest of the Lumberjack bench comes over and high fives Coach Teft as well. And we're ready to get things going. Lumberjack girls in their white and green, the Bulldogs in their navy blue and white. And it'll be the 14 of Watkins going up against the 20 of green at midcourt. Lumberjacks going left to right on the radio dial, the Bulldogs right to left. The official steps to midcourt. Ball is up in the air, controlled by the Bulldogs. St. Mary's almost had it. Grangeville pulls it down. Up to the elbow, backing around, down to the near side. Going to get a look at the three. The shot is up instead, and it's going to be no good, but a foul called, and the Bulldogs go to the charity stripe right off the bat. I watched the game. That foul goes against McGrill. I watched the game on YouTube from Kellogg last night, and they were saying that the Bulldogs are very patient with their offense as the number 2 of Chris Barger makes the first free throw for the Bulldogs. Second free throw up and good. So the Bulldogs take the first point of the game with the early lead coming from the free throw line. St. Mary's first possession. Let's see if they can hold on to the ball and not turn it over here. They get it down to the corner to McGrill. McGrill, left side, looking into the post to Watkins. It's going to be stripped out of her hands by the Bulldogs. So it's a steal by the Bulldogs. They tried to work it into the post. They collapsed down on Watkins, and one of the Bulldogs players was able to strip it out of her hands. 3-point shot on the way, and the Bulldogs are off to a good start. And I didn't see who made that. I think it might have been 24. I was just saying now the Bulldogs don't have the greatest of. Going to get another 3-point shot on the way. That one is no good. Rebound to the Bulldogs, or St. Mary's. Sammy Stint pulled down that board. The Bulldogs, as I said in the pregame, hadn't done the greatest from outside. First 3-point shot on the game goes in, but they are 1 for 2. This time it was Sexton working down the left side, trying to get that entry pass over the top to Watkins, a little bit high, and a turnover on St. Mary's. So a couple of quick turnovers on the Jacks' first couple of possessions. In fact, they had another one that I missed. I got to put that one in there. So I think it's 3 turnovers for St. Mary's. The Bulldogs have the ball. Vanderwall, right wing, back to the left side. Barger pulls up for the 3. That is up and good. And I had just, like I said that the Bulldogs had not shot very well from outside on the season. 8-0 lead now for the Bulldogs, and another steal. And a turnover by the Lumberjacks, and bringing it down and putting it up and good is Abby Fry off that turnover. Got a 10-point lead for the Bulldogs. I think Sammy Stint gets called for travel the other way. So the Lumberjacks not starting off very good as far as controlling their possessions. Every possession for St. Mary's so far has ended in a turnover. Bulldogs have scored on several of those. 10-0 Lumberjacks trail. Bulldogs right side of the floor. They're going to get her trapped down inside, get a three-point look up top. That one is off the mark. Rebound tipped around, out of bounds, off of the Bulldogs. So St. Mary's will get the possession, and St. Mary's going to take a timeout. 5:54 to go. First period of play. Not starting out great for the Lumberjack girls. They are down 10-0. We'll be back.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Heidi Kruger, your St. Mary's Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Heidi Kruger is a proud sponsor of the Lumberjacks on KOFE. For all your investment needs, call 208-755-5294 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
So the Bulldogs into a press here. 2-2. Everybody in the backcourt, actually. Lumberjacks get it across the timeline. I was listening to the game last night. The Bulldogs play really patient offense, and actually they've been shooting pretty quick now. And another steal by the Bulldogs. Turnover by St. Mary's. And then a foul on the Lumberjacks. That's the second foul on Berkeley McGrill. We're going to get a lineup change here as Taylor Jansen comes in for Berkeley. As she will sit down with 2 fouls. Still no score for the Lumberjacks. 10-0 in favor of the Bulldogs. Bring it down for Grangeville is Maddie Thacker. She breaks it to the right side of the floor. A little skip pass, bounce pass into the corner. And that's going to be deflected out of bounds by Watkins. So the Bulldogs will keep possession. They're trying to get it to Vanderwall in the corner. Bulldogs will inbound. It'll be Barger to inbound it. She goes into the short corner. Now to the top. Number 4, Fry for 3. That is off the back of the iron. No good. Rebound goes to Sexton. So again, pressure in the backcourt as the Bulldogs trying to get a steal here. Got Sammy Sint with her. They almost had Sammy trapped. They tried to get it to Mitchell, and I guess Mitchell turned it over. I thought it was deflected out of bounds by a Bulldog player, but they say it was touched by Mitchell. So there's another turnover on St. Mary's. I don't think St. Mary's even gotten a shot up yet. Bulldogs get it down to the corner. Another 3 on the way. They're working outside in. They're trying to get those 3-point shots to go. And like I said, they've made 1 or 2 of them. That rebound goes out of bounds, last touch by Grangeville. Again, the Bulldogs putting on the press in the back. In the backcourt, Sammy Sint back trying to get it to Jansen off of Jansen's fingertips. And yet again, another St. Mary's turnover. This keeps this up, and St. Mary's will have 10 turnovers in the first period alone. 4:55 to go. Bulldogs defense is not giving the Lumberjacks much of an opportunity. Right wing, Sexton out on Barger. Lumberjacks in a zone. Down inside, low post. Tried to cross it across the key. The Bulldogs do come up with it. Another 3-point shot on the way. It is off the mark. Offensive rebound, though. And the Bulldogs trapped in the corner. Bad pass. Finally, a turnover on the Bulldogs as it's Sammy Sint that steps in front of that pass. Now see if St. Mary's can get something going here. Bulldogs putting a lot of pressure out. They feed that into the post, and the shot is up and good, and St. Mary's on the board. The assist from Sammy Sint to Casey Watkins. Going to get a 3 on the way from Barger. It's no good. Rebound for the Bulldogs. Shot put back is no good, but a foul called on the Lumberjacks. That'll send the 20 of Green to the free throw line. That foul goes against Sexton. It's her first foul. First free throw is off the mark by Madeline Green. Trying to find the free throw percentages here for Green. Green, 37% from the free throw line on the season. Misses both. Rebound goes to Sexton. See if St. Mary's can cut it to 6 here with this possession. They're going to get it ahead to Jansen. Jansen to the post. Watkins' shot won't go. Rebound to Mitchell. Mitchell tries the putback. It won't go, but she is fouled. That's the first foul against the Bulldogs. That foul goes against Barger. That'll send Mitchell to the free throw line for 2 free throws. And boy, she airballs that first one. She's typically a 55% from the free throw line shooter, but she misses that one. Checking in for the Bulldogs, the 22 of Natalie Long. Mitchell lines up the second free throw. That one off the mark again. Misses the backboard and everything. And I don't know what happened to Mitchell on those free throws. Score is still 10-2. Lumberjacks trail. The Bulldogs have been on a little bit of a dry spell, thankfully, for the Lumberjacks. St. Mary's is still not out of this game, obviously. It's still early. They've just got to kind of calm themselves down and get some things going in their favor. Lumberjacks still in their zone defense. Got Watkins out on Vanderwall. Ball to the top of the key, now to the left side. Lumberjacks defense closes down on her. Now back to the right side. The ball lost for a minute. It's going to go out of bounds. They say last touch by Audrey Anderson. So a turnover on Grangeville. Bulldogs making some more subs. 24 checks in. That is Maddie Thacker coming back into the game, as is Madeline Green. So they took out a couple of their starters and got them a little bit of breathing and a little bit of a rest and some coaching up done and put them right back in. Sexton trying to feed that in to Watkins. The ball is going to be tied up. The possession will still stay with the Lumberjacks, but it was almost another St. Mary's turnover. Threw that into traffic, trying to get it to the low post on the left side. Lumberjacks will inbound. Sammy Stint has the ball. She's looking for somebody to get it into. Is going to go up into the backcourt, and they're going to beat her to it. Is going to be Maddie Thacker, and a little bit, I don't ever like to sound like I'm being negative, but Kayla did not hustle to that ball when it went into the backcourt. I think it might have been possibly because she thought it was going to be an over and back call, but it was not going to be on an inbound pass, I don't think. So that might have been why she didn't hurry to get to it first. And that would explain it to me, but I'm not 100% sure. She got beat to it by Thacker, and Thacker was able to take it and put it up and good, giving the Bulldogs a 10-point lead. Timeout taken by St. Mary's. We'll take it as well. We'll be back in 30.
Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat, located next to Harvest Foods in St. Mary's. Open 24 hours, we have washers and dryers of all sizes to get your laundry done quick. If you'd like to get your laundry done in less than 5 minutes, take advantage of our drop-off laundry service where we wash, dry, and hold it for you. While you do your laundry, be sure to take advantage of our touchless automatic car wash, which has that great undercarriage spray to get the grime off. Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat can be found at riverbendbubbles.com or call 208-582-4844.
And we are back. 3:07 to go in the first period. The Lumberjacks have burned 2 timeouts. Bulldogs putting a lot of pressure in the backcourt still. St. Mary's can't quite keep it in their possession. It's going to be a turnover by Sexton. Shot up by the Bulldogs. It's up and good. That's number 20, Madeline Green, with the bucket for Grangeville. 12-point lead for the Bulldogs. Largest lead of the game. St. Mary's with the ball, top of the key. It's in the hands of Jansen. Jansen works her way to the left side of the floor. Now skip pass over to the right side. Feed it into the post. Shot up by Watkins. I think it was partially blocked. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Bulldogs. St. Mary's will keep possession. I'm going to be really curious to check the stats here at the end of the first period to see how many shots St. Mary's has even been allowed so far. Watkins, quick shot from the elbow. It won't fall. Fight for the rebound. Is going to be pulled down by Mitchell. And then I think Mitchell turned it over as she tried to get the ball to find an outlet for it, and it goes to the Bulldogs. Thacker down to the corner to the left side to Long. Back to Thacker, around the horn to the top to Anderson. Anderson works to the right side, down to the right corner. Barger now into the block. The shot up. It's no good by the Bulldogs. The rebound to Sammy Sint. Lumberjacks have only made one substitute so far today, too, and that was another steal by the Bulldogs. Maddie Thacker with the steal, and Maddie Thacker makes the bucket count. Lumberjacks, the only sub they've made so far has been to take Berkeley out with her 2 fouls. Jansen working left side, drives the base down to the baseline. Shot is up. It won't fall. Ball is now loose after being rebounded by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs still have it, though. They find an outlet for the quick down-the-floor move, and that's going to be a little dump back pass to Madeline Green, and Madeline Green puts it up and good. As the Bulldogs ended up with numbers on the other end. Going to get a high pass, trying to get it into Mitchell. Mitchell is able to secure it, almost lost it, into the corner. 3-point shot by Sammy Sint, and there's going to be a foul on the Bulldogs. I don't know if that's after the shot or not. The foul goes against Barger, her second, and it will be after. So no shots coming. Blocking foul there. Sammy Sint looked, I guess, to turn to go back up court if St. Mary's lost that rebound. 59 seconds left on the clock. First period, it's 18-2. Jacks trail by 16. Shot up by St. Mary's, no good. Getting an offensive rebound to Watkins. Watkins trying to heave it over the top to Jansen, throws it out of bounds. A little bit of frustration on the Lumberjacks' faces. It's too early in the game, though, to have that happen. They need to kind of just keep pushing through it and try to find their footing. Bulldogs into the corner now, or at the free throw line, now to the just inside the wing, now right side, down to the corner on the right side of the floor. Anderson with the ball, back to the top. Now they work it around the outside. We get it down into the paint. Shot is up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Mitchell. As I said, Lumberjacks struggle a little bit on the offensive side against aggressive teams. They're going to get it down into Mitchell, and Mitchell puts it up and good. Give the assist to Watkins, and it's 18-4. Bulldogs, baseline, shot up and under. Surprised there wasn't maybe a whistle there. An offensive rebound for the Bulldogs. They tried for the putback. It wouldn't go. Sammy Simpson pulls down the rebound, and before St. Mary's can do anything with it, the first quarter comes to an end. Tough first quarter for the Lumberjacks. They trail 18-4 to the Bulldogs. We'll be back.
When your car's not running right, you want an honest mechanic that provides quality work at an affordable price. That can be tough, unless your dad owns a repair shop. But in St. Mary's, times have changed. You have Jim's Auto, and they treat every customer like family. Get everything from regular maintenance to major repairs done at Jim's Auto and Tire Pros. Jim's Auto doesn't just offer oil changes. They're a full-service shop. Jim's Auto can diagnose that check engine light, change your brakes, and fix your alignment. Ask about Jim's Auto's new Express Lane with same-day or next-day oil and tire services. And don't forget, Jim's Auto is an authorized Tire Pros dealer with nationwide warranty, service protection plan, and free roadside assistance. Jim's Auto and Tire Pros located at 69 Milwaukee Road, St. Mary's. Winter is in full force, and Timber Country and the Country Fair invite you in out of the cold to check out their winter sale deals. Need some new winter boots or gloves? How does 20% off sound? Maybe a new jacket. 40 or 50% off sounds great. Those deals and more at Timber Country and Country Fair on Main Street in St. Mary's. There's more than clothes as well. Sports apparel, hunting gear, toys, sleds, and more at Timber Country and the Country Fair in St. Mary's. Stop by today.
And we are back. Bulldogs start with the possession of the second half. Lumberjacks, I see a new, got Berkeley in there. Berkeley gets a steal. And the ball gets knocked out of bounds. Brenna Elliott also in. Berkeley gets the steal, then the ball gets knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with St. Mary's. So the Lumberjacks had 12 turnovers in that first period. The Bulldogs with 11 points off turnovers. McGrill to Sint. Sint at the free throw line. And she was expecting Berkeley to dodge, and Berkeley weaved, and the pass goes out of bounds. 18-4, Lumberjacks trail here to the Bulldogs. Lumberjack girls basketball. Bringing the ball down is Anderson for Grangeville. Left side, down inside, nice ball movement, shot up, no good. Foul, is the foul on the floor afterwards, or is it on the shot? That foul goes against Watkins, her first, and they are going to call it a shooting foul. That'll put the number 20 of Madeline Green to the free throw line. She's 0 for 1. Oh for 2. That one just hopped out. That was an unlucky bounce for Madeline Green. That ball was halfway down the bucket, and it popped right back out. Next free throw on the way. That one is nothing but net. Got a little bit more arc on that shot. Put it right through. Bulldogs again into that press, and another steal by the Bulldogs. That press has been working good for them. And a little bit of a push foul there against, I think it's going to go against Mitchell. That is her first. 15th foul for Lumberjacks. Bulldogs will inbound from baseline. Bulldogs have just 2 team fouls. Into the corner, three-pointer on the way. It's up and good by Abby Fry. Bulldogs like to shoot from outside, that's for sure. And a bad pass by Brenna Elliott as she throws it right to the Bulldogs. Not even going to really call that a steal. Going to get must have got just a little bit of hand there as Berkeley McGrill draws her third. 7 minutes to go. Berkeley is not going to be in there much longer as they want her for the second half as well. So Berkeley will come out. Getting ready to check in is going to be Linnemeyer. Michaela Spray is also going to come in. To the free throw line was the 32 of Vanderwall. She misses the first. Sammy Stint goes out as well. Second shot is up. It is no good. The rebound to Spray. Spray had the ball, and, well, it is going to stay with Lumberjacks, so a rebound for Spray. They called a jump ball on the sideline. Linnemeyer back to Spray. Spray has pressure on her, gets it ahead to Watkins. Watkins, she tries to get the pass deflected, but coming over and getting it is Mitchell. And then Mitchell tries to get it back to Watkins, and the Bulldogs steal it away. Coming down is Green. Green flips the shot up kind of wildly. It's no good. Bulldogs save it back in. It's going to be a shot by Thacker. It's no good. Rebound to the Lumberjacks. Mitchell pulls down the rebound and a foul on Grangeville. They're swiping for that ball. Coming in for the Bulldogs, the number 10. I don't have a number 10 on my roster. Foul goes against Vanderwall, her first. Lumberjacks trying to get it in. They get it to Linnemeyer. Linnemeyer trapped on the sideline, trying to find an outlet, gets it back to Spray. St. Mary's needs to get it across the timeline. Spray picks up her dribble just on the wrong side of the line. Hands off to Linnemeyer. Linnemeyer gets it across. Linnemeyer working left side of the floor. Up, gonna pull the shot from just inside the elbow or the wing. It won't fall through. The rebound goes to the Bulldogs. Grangeville has the ball back up top in the hands of Anderson. Working it down to the left side to the number 10. I don't have a number 10 on my roster. And then they get it down inside to the 20 of Madeline Green, and she puts it up and good. 7 points for Green. 24-20 or 24-4. Get a deflection there by the Bulldogs. So it's a 20-point lead for Grangeville. Bulldogs long comes in, as does Anderson. Green takes a break. Spray to inbound. She's going to get it up to Watkins. 6-0 run for the Bulldogs here in the second. Linnemeyer, short corner, gets it down to Mitchell. Mitchell trying to get some room, can't get it. Gets the ball out to Watkins, or to Linnemeyer. Her shot won't go up. We had a rebound to Mitchell. Mitchell's putback won't go. Rebound to the Bulldogs. It was blocked by the Bulldogs, I do believe. 5:20 to go. First half. Lumberjacks trail 24-4. Bulldogs long Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound went to Watkins, and then a foul going down the other way. I think that foul goes against the 24 of Thacker, and it does. Watkins gets a breather, as does Mitchell. Checking in is Lockridge. Sammy Sint back onto the floor. Bulldogs on defense. They're running the zone. They've got a 2-3 zone going. Splitting the defenders is Lockridge, or is Linnemeyer, and the ball gets knocked out of her hands. It goes out of bounds, last touch by Grangeville. St. Mary's will inbound from baseline. And then we've got a stoppage real quick by the official. Goes over to the scorer's table. Doubleheader action today. Don't forget, following this game, we will jump right into our pregame for the varsity boys, hosting Grangeville as well, of course. Lumberjacks will inbound. Spray into Sammy. Sammy Sint. Shot won't go off the glass, but she'll be fouled, and she'll head to the free throw line. Let's see who that foul was against. Sammy Sint from the charity stripe, 42%. That foul goes against Thacker. That is her second foul. Sammy's first free throw, a little bit too hard, off back iron, no good. Checking in for the Bulldogs. Back in is the number 20 of Green. Coming out is Thacker. Second free throw on the way. That one is good. 24-5. Jacks trail by 19. Bulldogs with the ball, right side of the floor. Back to the top. Now to the left, just inside three-point range. Shot on the way, no good. Offensive rebound and a foul as they tried that. That should be a shooting foul. It's going to be either way, I think. That foul goes against the 22 of Elliott, and it sends the 22 of Long to the free throw line for the first time. Nothing but net on that first free throw. Checking in for the Bulldogs, the 32 of Vanderwall. Going out is Anderson. Natalie Long, second free throw on the way. High arcing shot. Hits the front of the rim, gets the friendly roll and bounce, and falls through. 26-5, and another steal by the Bulldogs. And then the Bulldogs turn it over themselves on a long pass down the floor. A few less turnovers, I think, for St. Mary's so far in the second quarter, but damage done in the first with all those turnovers. Then we get a steal again by the Bulldogs. They just ripped it right out of the hands of Elliott. And then Elliott's going to get called for a foul on the other side. That'll send the Bulldogs back to the free throw line. I think Brenna Elliott's going to come out. And Sexton checks in. Rough couple of minutes in there for Elliott on this one. A couple of turnovers for her and then a foul. That sends the Bulldogs Vanderwall to the free throw line. She's 0 for 2 and misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Going to get the rebound to Lockridge, and then the foul on the Bulldogs. They get a little bit of a push there in the back of Linnemeyer as Linnemeyer is trying to get that rebound. That foul goes against Vanderwall. 6th team foul for the Bulldogs. 4:27 to go, first half. St. Mary's trails at 26-5. Sexton brings it down for St. Mary's. Crosses the timeline, picks up her dribble. Bounce pass to Spray. Spray trying to dribble towards the lane. She loses her handle. The ball's going to go over to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs quickly down the floor. Linnemeyer gets in there and catches, slows her down, doesn't allow the easy bucket. Out to Green. Green backing it back out to the corner, left side, into the hands now of that number 10. Now a shot from the short corner. It's no good. Offensive rebound for the Bulldogs. And I didn't see who made that. It was the 22 for Grangeville. That is Natalie Long. And then St. Mary's with another turnover. think it might have been Sexton with the turnover. First shot missed by the Bulldogs. They got their rebound. The second shot up, no good, and a foul called on St. Mary's. Sends the Bulldogs to the charity stripe once again. The foul, I think, goes against Sammy Sint. No, it goes against the 42 of Linnemeyer. Oh, number 10 to the free throw line. Like I said, I don't know her name. First trip there tonight or today. First free throw up and good for the Bulldogs. A 24-point lead for Grangeville. Second free throw on the way. It's going to bounce around and off. Rebound goes to Sammy Sint. Lumberjacks the other way. Spray looking for three Lumberjacks on the right side, but nobody there to get it. It's a turnover, St. Mary's. Spray comes out. Jansen in. Checking in for the Bulldogs is the number 11. And again, a couple of players I don't have on my roster for Grangeville. Vanderwall has the ball, swings it back to the 2 of Barger. Now they're looking inside. St. Mary's almost gets the steal. Can't complete it, though. Bulldogs still with the possession. Around the top, back over to the wing, right side, now to the corner. Working it still, going all the way around. Linnemeyer all over on defense on Barger, back into the paint. Lumberjack defense is collapsed. Shot up, no good. Ball is loose. We're going to get a foul on the rebound. Sammy Sint gets credit for the board, and the foul goes against the Bulldogs. I think they said that was 32. Vanderwall, her third foul. Vanderwall will go out. Abby Fry, the junior, will check in. And it sends Sammy Sint to the charity stripe. I already mentioned her free throw shooting is only 42% on the season. Already been there once today. First free throw on the way. That one off the mark, and it's going to be missed. Rebound to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs quickly down the floor. Over to Fry. Now to Barger. Barger left, goes over to right. Hands it back off to Fry. To the corner to Barger. Barger head fake. Looks to the short corner. Backs the ball back out. Down to the free throw line. Right side or left side of the blocks. Down to the corner. Bulldogs patient right now. Working the ball up top. Now to the right or left. Down to the low post. Lumberjack defense collapsed. Couldn't get an open shot. Back to the top. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound. Unofficially team rebound to the Bulldogs, or to the Lumberjacks, as the Bulldogs lost it out of bounds trying to save it. Again, backcourt pressure. Not the same press that they had been running. Now they get Jansen travel or tied up in the corner, and they didn't let that progress very long before they called the jump ball. Possession back to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs inbound from side court. Work it over to the right side of the floor, back to the top of the key. Now to the left. Back to the top. Now to the left again. Barger. Barger drives in. Little hop crow step. Shot is missed. Rebound goes to the Bulldogs. And then a shot is up and good by Grangeville. And a foul. The bucket made by Madeline Green. She's up to 8 from the floor. The foul goes against Lockridge. Linnemeyer checks out with 2:01 to go. Checking in for her, the 30 of Avery Baird. Free throw no good. Baird with the rebound. St. Mary's back the other way. Sexton tries to find Baird. Pass goes the wrong way. Turnover St. Mary's. 31-5, Lumberjacks trail. Barger with the ball straight away. Now swings it to the right side of the floor on the wing. Driving is Fry. She's going to shoot from the short corner. It won't go. Almost got her own rebound. But the ball is going to go out of bounds off of the Bulldogs. Lumberjacks again with some substitutions. Sammy Sint comes off, as does Lockridge. Into the game for St. Mary's. I think it was, well, I know it's Watkins and Mitchell. And they're going to find, I think it was Watkins underneath and Jansen with the assist. 31-7, Lumberjacks trail. Bulldogs with the ball into the free throw line. That is Thacker. Shot is up, won't go. Rebound tipped around, pulled down by nobody. It's going to go out of bounds off of St. Mary's. So a team rebound to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs will inbound. 1:03 to go. First half of play. It'll be a first half. Lumberjacks will want to erase from their memory at first. They're going to get a blocked shot by Jansen. Bulldogs got the offensive rebound. They tried to put it back in. It won't go, but they will be fouled, and we'll see who that foul goes against. That'll go against Mitchell. Her second sends the Bulldogs to the free throw line. The 20 of Madeline Green. 2 for 5 from the free throw line. She made that one. Danica Sloper checks in for Mitchell. As Mitchell picked up her second foul, they don't want her to pick up a third one in the last minute. Second free throw up and good by Madeline Green. 33-7, Jacks trail. Jansen into Sexton. Sexton to Sloper. Sloper off the glass and good. 33-9, Lumberjacks trail. Barger, top of the key. Swings it to the left side. Down to Fry. Now they look into the paint. Can't get an open shot. Back to top. Barger for 3. Off the iron. No good. Rebound tracked down by the Bulldogs. And then the Bulldogs turn it over. They tried to get it an outlet. It was Sloper that came away with it. Going to credit her with a steal. Ball deflected out of bounds by the Bulldogs as St. Mary's tries to work it up the court. St. Mary's will inbound from in front of their bench. Avery Baird gets it to Sexton. 25 seconds to play. See if St. Mary's can get at least into the double digits. Out to Jansen. Jansen, a long 2. Nothing but net. Baird with the assist. 33-11. 22-point lead for the Bulldogs. Barger, a little bit of a weave up top for Grangeville. Anderson. And a little bit of miscommunication. Thacker cutting in towards the lane, and Anderson throws it out of bounds. I think she thought she was going to be in the corner. She was not. 2 seconds, 1 second, and the shot is not off in time. And that's how the first half comes to an end, ladies and gentlemen, with the Lumberjack girls trailing 33-11 here at the half. We'll take a break. Come back with your halftime statistics.
T1FCU's Ascend Checking is a simple free checking account that gives you the flexibility to earn dividends. Plus, get anytime account access with online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and no minimum balance requirements. So level up your finances with an Ascend Checking account. Learn more at t1fcu.org/ascend. T1FCU, your community, your credit union. Insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch, breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? You need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
With stage 1 and 2 of the sports complex nearly complete, the Lumberjack Booster Club thanks Archie's IGA, Shift and Grind, and the St. Maries community for their fundraising efforts and continued support in making this sports complex come to life. The next stage will be the sprinkler system. The Booster Club is looking for new members. If you have kids in high school or soon entering high school, now is the time to get involved with the Booster Club. For more information on how you can help with the sports complex or questions about becoming a member, contact Donnie Masterson at 208-582-1802 or by email at golumberjacks@gmail.com. And as always, go Lumberjack!
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Idaho, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Maries community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those Lumberjacks.
And we are back. It is halftime, and definitely not the first half that the Lumberjack girls would have wanted to see, as they trail by 22 at the halftime, 33-11. I was keeping track of the turnovers by the quarter, and St. Mary's had those 12 turnovers in the first half that led to 11 points for Grangeville. In the first quarter. Second quarter, St. Mary's had 10 more turnovers, but the Bulldogs only able to capitalize 2 points off of those turnovers, so that didn't hurt St. Mary's as much as those first 12 or first 11 points off turnovers in the first period. So didn't get much better in the turnover numbers, but the Bulldogs not taking advantage of it. St. Mary's outscored 18-4 in the first period, 15-7 in the second period. The Bulldogs shot just 33% from the floor. They were 11 of 33. The Lumberjacks a better shooting percentage at 41%, but just 12 shots up for St. Mary's. The Bulldogs 3 of 11 from outside for 27%. St. Mary's yet to trigger a three-pointer. They haven't really had a lot of opportunities because the Bulldogs come out and defend pretty much everywhere you are. They put pressure on the ball. Free throw shooting, the Bulldogs were at the free throw line 16 times. They made 8 of them for 50%. St. Mary's been to the charity stripe once for 1 out of 5 for 20%. Rebounds, the Lumberjacks have out-rebounded the Bulldogs 22-16. 11 offensive rebounds for Grangeville, 5 defensive rebounds. St. Mary's with 5 offensive rebounds. St. Mary's with 17 defensive. 4 assists for the Lumberjacks, 5 assists for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs with 13 steals, and the Lumberjacks with 4 steals. Both teams with a block shot. The Bulldogs keeping it clean. They averaged 24 turnovers a game, but they've only had 6 tonight so far. The Lumberjacks in danger of going over the 40 turnover mark as they are up to 22 in the first half alone. Personal fouls, St. Mary's with 11, the Bulldogs with 7. St. Mary's with 4 bench points, Bulldogs with 5. Second chance points, Grangeville 4, St. Mary's none. And points off turnovers, Grangeville 13, St. Mary's with 4. Leading scoring for the Bulldogs, Madeline Green. I think that is their leading scorer anyways on the season. I think that's when I said averages around 12 points a game. She already has 11 in the first half. 3 players with 5 points. The freshman Chris Barger has 5. Abby Fry has 5. Maddie Thacker with 5. Off the bench, Natalie Long with 4. And then the number 10 with 1 point off of the bench. Again, I don't know who the number 10 is. For the Lumberjacks, scoring-wise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Lumberjacks on the scoreboard, but just not a lot of points there. 4 points for Watkins, 2 points for Mitchell, 2 points for Jansen, 2 points for Sloper, and 1 for Sammy Sint. Rebounding, 2 for Watkins, 5 for Mitchell, 5 for Sint, 2 for Sexton, and 1 for Baird, Lockridge, and Spray. 1 assist for Watkins, 1 assist for Jansen, Sammy Sint with an assist, Kara Sexton with an assist. Steals, 1 for Watkins, 1 steal for Sloper, 1 steal for Sammy Sint, and Berkeley McGrill with 1 steal as well. I've got her all the way down there on the bottom. She hasn't had a lot of time as she ended up with 3 fouls early on. And that is about it for the first half of stats. Lumberjacks trail 33-11 to the visiting Bulldogs in Central Idaho League play. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with the second half.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life. Plus, they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown team. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
Any adventure, any task, any time, there's a Yamaha utility ATV for any ride and any rider. See the full lineup at St. Mary's on Cycle. Adventure seekers can start with the trail-tested capability and comfort of the Yamaha Grizzly lineup. For the ultimate in mid-size ATV performance, check out the Yamaha Kodiak 450. And for those who mix work and pleasure, the Yamaha Kodiak 700 line devours chores and leaves room for adventure. Find your utility ATV at St. Mary's on Cycle or YamahaMotorsports.com.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the Hot Deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
And we are back as we get ready for second half of action here from Lumberjack Gymnasium. A rough first half for the Lumberjack girls as they trail 33-11 to the Bulldogs. And I actually might have to change my starting lineup for the start of the third quarter because Kara Sexton was one of the starters, but she is right now getting her ankle taped up down there. Oh, she's getting her sock back on her shoe. She might be good to come back out and get going on the second half. Had to run down during that last break there and say hi to Coach Tepps as he's down here to watch the games. And, told him I was glad to see him come in the door down there. And he said, obviously, he can only spend so much time cooped up at home. So he is here to take a look, little bit of partake in some Lumberjack basketball action here today. So we're getting ready to go. I believe the Lumberjacks will have their starting 5 back on the floor with McGrill, Sexton, Watkins, Mitchell, and Sint, and they do. And the Bulldogs with their starting 5, it does appear to be. As it's Barger, Fry, Green, Thacker, and Vanderwall. St. Mary's will start with the possession, and the teams will switch in. St. Mary's now right to left on your radio dial. Sexton traps as the Bulldogs continuing their in-your-face pressure. They're going to get it to Mitchell. Mitchell gets it to Watkins. Watkins almost lost it as the Bulldogs almost had it. But Watkins gets it to Mitchell in the paint as Watkins backed out. Mitchell puts it in off the glass, and Lumberjacks score first here in the second half. St. Mary's trails by 20, 33-13. See what adjustments the Lumberjacks have made. Watkins comes out. They're playing a little bit more of a pressure defense now on the Bulldogs in their zone. Bulldogs working the ball around the perimeter. That is the 24 of Thacker. Hands off to Vanderwall. Cross-court pass to the right corner, now to the top. Now back around, left wing. Vanderwall, cross-court to Barger. Barger looking into the low post. Now back out to the top. Still working it, being patient. Three-pointer on the way. It's short. Rebound to Mitchell. They get it to Sexton. Sexton brings it across. Bulldogs trying to get their half-court press. Almost a bad pass. Well, it was a bad pass. Sexton able to get it down to Mitchell or to Watkins, but then a bad pass from Stint. Well, I'm not going to call that as anything because the Bulldogs turned it back over to Lumberjacks. So we'll just wipe that free as the Bulldogs deflected that out of bounds. St. Mary's keeps possession. McGrill with the ball, timeline, gets it up to the right side, hands it off to Sexton. Sexton up to the free throw line, and I think she thought she was about ready to travel. She's trying to force that pass out of there. Turns the ball over. Then on the opposite end, Berkeley McGrill gets a steal as the Bulldogs try to pass it down into the paint. And St. Mary's back the other way. Watkins has the ball swiped out of her hand. No, I thought it was swiped out of her hands, and I'm going to have to call a turnover on St. Mary's. Sexton comes out for Brenna Elliott. And I think it's because Sexton maybe still having a little bit of an issue with that ankle as she's working on the tape down there. Bulldogs with the ball right side of the floor. Going to the left side. Archer look inside. Shot up. Contact made. Sammy Stint draws her first foul. And that'll send the 24 of Maddie Thacker free throw line. It's her first time there this evening or this afternoon. And trying to see if I can find Thacker's free throw numbers. First free throw is up. It is good. %63% from the free throw line. Second free throw is no good. Rebound goes to Mitchell. Down to the post to Watkins. Watkins goes to dribble. She bounces it off of the defender's foot. So it's basically a turnover on St. Mary's. It doesn't count as a kick ball because the defender didn't try to hit the ball with her foot. It was just Watkins it was just the defender being in the right spot to force the turnover, honestly, as Watkins went to do the power dribble to go up with it, and it just came right off of that foot of the Bulldog player down there in the lane. Down to the right side to Vanderwall. Now back to the free throw line. That's Thacker. Works her way into the paint. Shot off the glass. It won't fall in. Rebound going to be tipped around. And it was going to be a jump ball call. So the possession will stay with the Bulldogs. Slow start to this third quarter is that we're almost 3 minutes in. Bulldogs with 1 point. St. Mary's with 2. Bulldogs over the top. To Long, and it's a little bit of a late whistle, but a tie-up there called, and the possession will go back to the Lumberjacks. A little bit late on getting that whistle blown for the jump ball, as the Bulldogs already pulled it down. Bulldogs not putting in the backcourt pressure now. Berkeley brings it up. They're kind of a little bit of a half-court trap with one player they try to get going. They have her trapped. That's Stint. Stint trying to find somewhere to go with it. She's going to feed it over the top. Ball tipped around and stolen by the Bulldogs, though. That was a good steal by Thacker as they tried to get it up and over the top to Mitchell, who was standing in the lane. And they just tipped it around, tipped it away. On the opposite end, though, we're going to get a steal by Mitchell. She tips the ball up. And St. Mary's going down the floor, and it's going to be Watkins trying to feed it to Mitchell, and she throws it out of bounds, more or less. Turnover, St. Mary's. Lumberjacks, I thought, made a change. They did. Sammy Stint comes out. Sammy Stint came out. Kayla Jansen in for St. Mary's. Bulldogs, right side, up to the elbow. Now back to that out, back to the Barger, left side. Now cross court to the right side. Looking into the lane, back out to the wing or corner. Three-pointer on the way. It is short. Rebound tracked down by McGill. And St. Mary's will see if they can't get something on this possession. Jansen, short corner. It won't fall. Rebound to Mitchell. Mitchell is fouled. That'll send Mitchell to the free throw line. That foul will go against Natalie Long. That is her first foul of the game. So Mitchell to the free throw line for the Lumberjacks. Mitchell, 55% from the charity stripe, makes the first free throw. Bulldogs checking in is the 20 of Madeline Green. Checking out is Vanderwall. Second free throw is good by Mitchell. 34-15, Lumberjacks trying to maybe initiate a little bit of a comeback. And Mitchell goes up trying to maybe get a steal or something there. Lots of contact. Third foul picked up by Mitchell. She just elevated. They weren't shooting. They passed it into the lane. I think she might have been expecting her to spin and shoot right when she got it. So Mitchell was going to be there. And she didn't go up for the shot. Just came down on her. Pass in to Fry. Back to the corner. Three-point shot on the way by Barger. No good. Rebound to Watkins. Watkins to Elliott. Elliott too hard off the glass. Rebound went to Watkins, but it gets swiped out of her hand. And we're going to get a timeout taken by the Bulldogs. I'm going to call the rebound to the Bulldogs. We'll be back.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goals. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time.
Lumberjacks made a substitution at the end of that. So let's see who we got. I know we got Brenda Baird in. Let's see who is out. I think it's Elliott that went out. Bulldogs with that timeout. 34-15. St. Mary's outscored the Bulldogs 4-1. We're going to get a steal by Baird. Baird brings it all the way down. She's going to flip it up to the bucket. Can't get the shot to fall. Rebound to the Bulldogs. Good look. I thought she might have been trying to kind of pass it in, but she did take the shot up. Bulldogs with the rebound, though. 3.5 to go, third quarter. Three-point shot on the way. It is up and good. That was the number 4 of Abby Fry. That's her second three-pointer of the contest. And just like that, it's a kind of a tie third quarter with 4 apiece and a foul on St. Mary's the other way. I didn't see who turned that ball over for the Lumberjacks. I think Berkeley just picked up her 4th foul of the game. And that also sends Abby Fry to the free throw line. Fry, 54% free throw shooter, misses that first one. Sexton goes back in. Berkeley McGrill checks out. Abby Fry with the second free throw. That one is up and good. Lumberjacks bring the ball back down the floor. Sexton has it. Trapped. Oh, ball into the backcourt. Not really a steal. Bulldogs lay that one up and in. That is Abby Fry with the bucket. Sexton dribbled it off of her foot. I think it was her own foot or the defender's foot. Baird now trapped near the timeline. She's looking for an outlet. Timeout being taken by Coach Wickard now to preserve the time or the possession as they're running out of time. You only have so much time to pass that ball out once you are covered or defended. It's a full timeout. We'll take it as well, so we'll be back.
Jack Bill Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Bill Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, if you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Bill Trucking.
At Good Neighbor Pharmacy, we're committed to being your good neighbor.
Good Neighbor Pharmacy is an independent network of over 3,000 pharmacies throughout the United States, giving us the buying power to compete with the chain stores.
We'll fill your prescription quickly and safely, and you're supporting a locally owned pharmacy.
Your copays are the same wherever you go. Why not come and visit your locally owned pharmacy professionals?
Jack's Pharmacy is your Good Neighbor Pharmacy here in St. Mary's. Come in and say hi. Jack's Pharmacy.
Yeah, we are back after the timeout. St. Mary's will inbound from side court. I am really, I guess, kind of sad to see that today they don't have Addie Stewart here today. Shot on the way, three-pointer. It is short by Jansen. Rebound to Baird. They get it to Sexton. Ball going to be tied up. Possession to the Bulldogs. So I don't know where she must have had some other things going on today, but Addie Stewart is one of the other ones that usually floats up to that varsity spot, but she is not active or here today for the Lumberjacks. She's one off that JV squad that I think St. Mary's could benefit from having her up on that varsity line a bit more. Checking in for the Bulldogs is the number 10 as the Bulldogs bring it down with 2:20 to go in the third. Out to the corner, looking into the post now. Long, out to Barger. Now to the top to Thacker, back to Thacker, around to Barger. Short corner, Vanderwall. Working on the left side. Lumberjack zone defense flowing. St. Mary's almost had a chance at that still. Then they do get the still. Baird strips it out of the Bulldog player's hand. Baird brings it down. Baird drives all the way. Oh, spins to try to get the pass out. She's able to finally get it to Sexton as she almost lost it. Sexton with the ball. Now she's trapped. Going to skip it all the way across to Watkins, who ends up wide open, but her shot is blocked as the defense swats it out of bounds. The ball will stay with St. Mary's with a minute 38 to go in the third. St. Mary's to inbound. Baird just from inside three-point range. The short shot is just short. Bulldogs track down the rebound. The number 10 drive. Shot up, won't fall in. Rebound goes to Watkins. Watkins coming down quickly. Surveys her teammates coming down. Looks into Mitchell. Mitchell shot up. No good. Foul, though. That'll put Stacy to the free throw line for the two shots. That foul goes against the 24 of Thacker, her third foul. And Mitchell misses the first. Lumberjacks making some substitutions. Baird and Watkins come out. Linnemeyer and Lockridge check in. Second free throw back of the iron. It is no good. Bulldogs with the rebound. Grangeville back the other way. Barger controls it. And a injured player. Okay, so Vanderwall comes off limping for the Bulldogs. The officials call for a quick stoppage. They can get a substitution in for her. Bulldogs still with possession. Vanderwall with the ball, or not? Yeah, it was Thacker with the ball. Now to Barger, back to Thacker. Cross court, left side, long two on the way, short. Ball being tipped around. Bulldogs able to corral it. Back to the top. Thacker to the free throw line. Jump shot up and good by Thacker. .42-15, Jacks trail. Sexton with the ball. Skips pass, trying to get it to Linnemeyer. Linnemeyer wasn't quite in position, though, to expect it to be pass that far out in front of her. Turnover St. Mary's. And the Bulldogs take it the other way. 30 seconds to go, third period. 42-15, Lumberjacks trail. Out to the corner to the number 10 on the left side. Back to the top to Anderson. Now around to Barger. Barger flips it out to the corner to Thacker. Thacker right wing. Now to the corner to Barger. Barger, little head fake now into the post. Going to get the ball tied up. Possession goes to St. Mary's. So a change of possession there, kind of a steal for the Lumberjacks. Now the Bulldogs putting a little bit of pressure on once again. They check out of it quickly. They get it down to Lockridge. Lockridge puts the shot up. It's partially blocked. Nobody with the rebound, and that is how the third comes to an end. St. Mary's trails 15-42, or 42-15. We'll be back.
High school sports don't just happen. There's a ton of work that goes into every single athletic event.
And we have our school's athletic director to thank for a lot of it. Thank you.
For scheduling officials, so I can always play the game I love.
For ordering quality athletic equipment, so I can stay safe on the field.
For mentoring my coaches, so they can be the best role models for me.
For coordinating transportation, so I can get focused for the big game.
For helping us develop character and learn lessons that will benefit us for the rest of our lives.
Thank you to our AD for always creating a positive experience for us. We'll never forget it.
From all of us at the NIAAA, thank you to every athletic administrator in Idaho for all you do to enrich the lives of your students. It does not go unnoticed. This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Now we are back and taking a look at that third quarter turnover numbers for St. Mary's. Just 8 turnovers. Not just, I mean, that's still quite a few. And only 2 points off turnovers for the Bulldogs. So they haven't, the first quarter was when the Bulldogs really made all their points off of St. Mary's turnovers. They haven't done quite so in the remaining 3 quarters so far. So we've got a spill, I think, or something going on over there. Got to get something cleaned up before we can get the final frame underway here as the Lumberjack starters back out there. I believe is, Berkeley is out there with her 4 fouls. 42-15. It was a low-scoring third for both teams. St. Mary's with 4, the Bulldogs with 9. But the Bulldogs didn't really have to score a lot. They didn't have to worry too much unless St. Mary's really started to come back. But Lumberjacks couldn't quite get anything going in that time frame. So both teams out there chatting it up a little bit, waiting for get the floor cleaned up. Bulldogs will start with the possession here in the fourth. And it is the number 24 of Maddie Thacker to inbound for Grangeville. And it'll be Barger to control. Lumberjacks into still in their zone defense now. That's Anderson. Takes it to the top. Back to the wing on the right side. Thacker now to the free throw line. Back it back out around the horn. Barger, short corner. Shot is up and good. Nice little jump shot by Barger. It's actually her first 2-point bucket of the game. She has 7 points total. Sexton, she's working her way up top. Spins her way to the free throw line. Gets it out to McGrill. McGrill's short corner shot won't fall from the left side. Rebound back to the Bulldogs. Thacker down the lane. Shot won't fall in as she had the defenders back to her. Pulled up for the jumper. Wouldn't fall for her, and Mitchell gets the rebound. St. Mary's back the other way. Sexton inside. Shot is blocked again by Watkins. Or not by Watkins. Watkins had the shot blocked. Going to give the team rebound to the Bulldogs as they get the possession after it went out of bounds off of St. Mary's. But Watkins didn't. I think she could have powered up a little bit and maybe drawn some contact, but she almost tried to shoot that from standing on the floor instead of going up with it. Bulldogs working the ball down into the free throw line. Back out, short corner, Vanderwall. Or no, not Vanderwall, Thacker. Cross-court pass. Barger all alone. Gets the open three. It hits front iron, kicks over, and is a miss. Rebound to Sammy Sint, and the Lumberjacks will come back the other way. A little bit of pressure in the backcourt. Sexton brings it across. Going to get tripped up. Loses the ball for a second. Gets it back. Finds Mitchell. Mitchell heard some footsteps. Shots too hard off the glass. Rebound to the Bulldogs. Might have even been tipped slightly by Grangeville. Bulldogs the other way. Long to Anderson. Now to the corner. Back to Long. Now to Anderson. Three-pointer on the way by Anderson. Off the back of the iron. No good. Rebound to Mitchell. Mitchell has the ball taken away, though. And a foul on St. Mary's. Fourth foul on Mitchell. Sends the two of Barger back to the free throw line. She is 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. First free throw, nothing but net. Free throw up and good, and we now have a 30-point lead for the Bulldogs, which will mean a running clock. And the floor is cleared. Lumberjack put in some substitutions. Berkeley McGrill still on the floor. Jansen, Linnemeyer, and Lockridge. I think that's what we've got. And we got a steal by the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs find Audrey Anderson for her first bucket of the game. Might have been an assist. Going to get a pass to Jansen, left side of the floor. Jansen gets a screen up to McGrill. McGrill looks inside to Lockridge. Lockridge gets her shot blocked. St. Mary's just, the Bulldogs aren't overly tall. They do got some size to them, but they've just been getting shot after shot blocked. Rebound to the Bulldogs after the missed three from the left side. They reset their offense. The ball is in the hands of Fry. She hands it to Green. Going to get a steal by McGrill. McGrill going to take it all the way down. Little stop there. Shot up and good by Berkeley. Bulldogs has the ball up top. Anderson to Thacker. Thacker, left side. Looks inside to the cutting Long. Ball tipped out of bounds off of St. Mary's. Number 11 checking in for the Bulldogs. Once again, I do not have a number 11 on my roster. Checking out for the Bulldogs, Madeline Green. We'll have Clark Grogan with me for the boys' game here this afternoon. Inbound pass to Anderson. Down to the corner. Back to Anderson. Vanderwall, I haven't seen her come back in. Hopefully she is okay. She went out with what looked like she had tweaked her ankle. And it might just be with the way the game is. It might just be out of caution. They don't really need to play. And they're going to get a turnover by the Bulldogs, a steal by St. Mary's, but then a steal by the Bulldogs, and St. Mary's gives it right back. Up to the top, three-point shot on the way. It is off the mark. It won't fall in. Offensive rebound. It won't go. Two offensive rebounds. Neither one goes in, but the Bulldogs get another rebound. And then a steal by McGrill. And then the Lumberjacks turn the ball over the other way. So sloppy play both ways in this last possession or two here. Bulldogs inbound, 3:05 to go. 48-17. Bulldogs getting the big win here over the Lumberjacks. They get that ball worked to the post. Shot won't go in. There's going to be a lot of contact and a foul called. And that foul will go against the Bulldogs. Call it a team rebound, so I didn't see who drove the foul for St. Mary's. That foul goes against the number 11. That is her first foul. Once again, I don't have an 11 for the Bulldogs roster. St. Mary's will bring it down. Linnemeyer. I think, it was deflected by the Bulldogs. No, it was deflected by the Bulldogs. I think St. Mary's, well, both teams thought it was out on St. Mary's. St. Mary's went the way they figured the way their night's been going that it was against them, and they went back. Nope, now they're going to switch it. Now they say Bulldog ball, so I don't know, because that I thought looked like it was definitely tipped. Lumberjacks subbing out everybody. Sloper, Jansen, Elliott in for the Lumberjacks, Baird, and I believe Asbury. And the ball gets knocked out of bounds, last touch by St. Mary's. Deflection by the Jacks. Bulldogs inbound, right side, driving underneath his Barger. Bulldogs, like I said, they don't have a big roster, so they don't really have a lot they can sub in, so they can't really take out their starters for the most part. That shot is up and good by Barger. They're a young squad as it is. Baird controls near side, left side of the floor, picks up her dribble, looking for an outlet. Gets it to Jansen. Jansen's shot is up and good from the short corner. And give Baird the assist. 43 seconds on the clock. This game's going to be a wrap here in a minute. That's a turnover on Grangeville. They try to get the pass inside. Long checks back in for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs still have one man putting some pressure in the backcourt. Bringing it down is Baird for St. Mary's. Baird kicks it out to Nice. Kicks it out to Brenna Elliott, and Elliott buries the three. Bulldogs back the other way. Ball goes out of bounds off of St. Mary's, and the time runs out. And that's how this game ends up. Again, not the game the Lumberjacks wanted here tonight. They fall 50-22 to the Bulldogs. We'll take a quick break, come back with the post game, and then we'll take another break and come back with our pregame for the boys.
Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture at St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community staple and Lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benawah, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With 6 professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Maries Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Maries is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Maries, Shift and Grind says, go Lumberjack.
And we're back here as we wrap this thing up for the first game of the night. Lumberjack girls fall to the Bulldogs, 50-22. And St. Mary's with 35 turnovers in that game. The Bulldogs with 14. Grangeville with 17 points off turnovers. St. Mary's had 11 points off turnovers. And that's just kind of the way this game went with the turnovers from St. Mary's. Taking a look at the individual stats for Grangeville, 4 players with double digits in this one. It was Abby Fry finishing with 11, Madeline Green with 11, 10 for Maddie Thacker, and 10 for Caris Barger. 4 points for Natalie Long, 2 points for Audrey Anderson, and 1 point for the number 10, who I do not have on my roster. For the Lumberjack girls, they had quite a few girls getting on the board. Stacy Mitchell finishes with 6 points, 10 rebounds. Watkins with 4 points. Jansen with 4. 3 for Elliott. 2 for McGrill. 2 for Sloper. And 1 for Sammy Sint. That's going to wrap up our game here for the first one. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with the starting the countdown to tip-off for the boys' game right after this quick break.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
It's time to winterize your home, and there's no better place to start than in everyone's hardware and lumber store, 10th Street Lumber. They have insulation, house wraps, stoves, and heaters. See their huge selection of power tools, paints, and painting supplies. And, of course, they have a full line of lumber supplies. Stop by 10th Street Lumber and see what they can do for you. And remember, 10th Street Lumber will deliver anywhere on 10th Street and Railroad Avenue, 10th Street Lumber.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255. Welcome to another Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union broadcast of Lumberjack basketball. Join us as we bring you the action live from the court with Tim Parrish. We want to take a moment to thank all of our Lumberjack sports sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Now for the countdown to tip-off with Tim Parrish, and go Lumberjack! Tim Parrish back here at Lumberjack Gymnasium as we get set to start another Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off as your Lumberjack boys now warming up, getting ready to take on the Grangeville Bulldogs in 2A Central Idaho League matchup today. And let's see if the Lumberjacks can get the split here, at least get the boys to pick up the win here against hopefully Grangeville. But it's going to be a tough game. It's a physical Bulldog team. I watched them play Grangeville or Kellogg last night, and it wasn't quite the game that Grangeville would have liked, but they battled hard in that contest. Taking a look at the 2A Central Idaho League standings, the Kellogg Wildcats sit on top of those standings right now with a 2-0 record in league play. They are 6-3 overall. They beat St. Mary's Friday night 56-43. They beat Grangeville last night 63-49. And they are hosting Orofino today. So the Bulldogs or the Wildcats could be 3-0 at the end of this weekend in league play. Today, they are 11th in the Idaho Sports Power Rankings, 15th in the Max Preps Rankings. That will change, I'm sure, next week. Orofino sitting at 1-0 in league play, 6-1 overall. They lost to Kendrick 48-40 in their last action. They are, like I said, at Kellogg tonight. They are ranked 4th in the power rankings on Idaho Sports. They are ranked 6th in Max Preps. The Lumberjacks 1-1 in league play, 4-3 overall. They lost at Kellogg, like I mentioned, 56-43 on Friday night. They will be at Orofino on the 19th. We will be headed over to Orofino to broadcast that game. Lumberjack boys are 12th in Idaho Sports Power Rankings, 7th in Max Preps. The Grangeville Bulldogs 0-1 in league play, 2-8 in their overall record. They beat Timberline 52-47 in one of their last games, and of course they lost to Kellogg last night, and they are here at St. Mary's tonight. I do not know who their next opponent is. They are 20th in the Idaho Sports Power Rankings, 22nd in Max Preps. The Priest River Spartans, 0-2 in league play, 6-5 overall. They beat Newport, Washington, 62-42 in their last game. They are at Sandpoint today. They are 17th in Idaho Sports Rankings, and they are 23rd in Max Preps Rankings. The top 5 in our power rankings and coaches polls and Max Preps for the boys side of things. We've got the records for the top 5 in Idaho Sports Power Rankings. Melba is number 1, sitting with an 11-0 record. Wendell at number 2 with an 8-2 record. Nampa Christian has an 11-2 record at number 3. Orofino at number 4 with a 6-1 record. And Aberdeen at 5 with the 8-3 record. In the coaches poll, Melba is at number 1. Ryrie, Bear Lake, Coal Valley, Christian, and Wendell, your top 5. And in Max Preps, it's Melba, Bear Lake, Coal Valley Christian, Ryrie, and Nampa Christian in your top 5. As you notice, just like with the girls, Melba dominating the power rankings and coaches polls right now with that 11-0 record. We're going to take a break, come back with more of the Potlatch number 1 Federal Credit Union Countdown to Tip-Off.
Triple X Feeds in St. Mary's is your one-stop farm and garden shop. Everything from pet supplies to livestock feeds and supplies, Triple X Feeds has it. Horse supplies, they have that also. From saddle pads to bridles, Triple X Feeds can set you up. Triple X Feeds now has hay and alfalfa in stock as well as straw. Triple X Feeds, located at 130 East College Avenue in St. Mary's, open 8 to 5:30 weekdays and 9 to 5 on Saturday. Triple X Feeds, a proud Lumberjack sports broadcast sponsor.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
Tim Parrish, Clark Grogan here in St. Mary's, but I'm going to leave Clark alone for right now. He's eating his lunch. He'll just listen along to the information here, and then maybe he'll check in.
There you go.
He had to go down and get one of those Scheffelmeyer dogs from the concession stand.
The only way I can get one is coming here.
So the Lumberjacks currently sit with a 1-1 league record, 4-3 overall on the season. There was a tough loss at Kellogg on Friday night. It was Thursday night. Okay. This is the first time since the 19 and 20 season that St. Mary's has lost back-to-back games, and they have not lost 3 straight since the 2016-2017 season. So they're really hoping to avoid a 3-game losing streak here this year, Clark.
You don't want to get into a slump, not when you start in league schedule and all.
It's also the first league loss for the Lumberjacks in the last 3 years as well. The last time they lost a regular season league game was the 2018-2019 season. So they've got a couple of streaks here that they didn't want to see go away. But
well, Tim, they had to import Kellogg to get a league loss.
Yeah. Well, I almost blame Colin Schill a little bit. I don't know if you read his article he does in the Gazette, and it almost sounded like locker room material for Kellogg on that Wednesday's paper.
Oh, dear.
Anyways, in the last 2 games, points off turnovers have been what has hurt St. Mary's. They haven't had a lot of turnovers, but their opponent took advantage of those turnovers. Let me see here. In the last 2 games, St. Mary's has had 24 turnovers. and the opponent scored 32 points combined off of those turnovers, while the opponents had 22 turnovers, so only 2 less than St. Mary's, but St. Mary's only scored 12 points off of those turnovers. So it came down to who took advantage of the other team's mistakes in those games, and those close games, a lot of times they come down to that, or even the free throw line, which the free throw line wasn't as big of a factor in either of those games. A little bit with the Bonners Ferry game, but still not as big as as that turnover number, or points off turnovers. That's the biggest number as far as stats go that stood out to me in those last 2 games. That also, St. Mary's only shot 38% from the floor in Kellogg. That's not a huge number, but they averaged 43% from the floor. But they did go 1 of 15 from three-point range. And wow. Kellogg was 6 of 20.
Live by the 3, die by the 3. Be careful with that.
Also, St. Mary's struggling on the road this year, Clark. They are just 1-3 in road games. That only road win was against Kendrick in the beginning of the season. Thursday night, the boys played Kellogg. St. Mary's started with a 12-3 run in the first 6 minutes of the game. They held a 10-point lead at one point. The Jacks did finish the first quarter with a 14-8 lead, and they held that 10-point lead until about 3/4 of the way through the first half. Then Kellogg made their move. They rattled off 13 unanswered points to finish the first half with a 23-20 lead in that game. St. Mary's only got up 4 shots in the final 4 minutes of that first half in Kellogg, which is definitely not ideal.
No, that doesn't work well for you.
To start the third quarter, it still didn't get any better for St. Mary's. Kellogg went on a 12-1 run. And as I mentioned, St. Mary's, they had their shooting troubles in the second period into the third. But the points off turnovers benefit Kellogg significantly as well. In that game, 11 turnovers for St. Mary's, which isn't, that's an acceptable number of turnovers, but Kellogg put up 19 points off of those turnovers.
You know, Tim, sometimes you live off of that in the sense of you really score off them a lot, and then there's times I look at it as about a 50% shot.
Well, exactly.
You know, and they went way over the 50% shot.
So taking a look at Grangeville, their coach is Cooper Wright. It's his 3rd year. Last year, the Bulldogs were 3-15 on the season. They have started this year 0-2 in league, 2-9 overall. Some players that they've got coming back this year: Sam Lindsley, Carter Munt, Cody Clement. They lost Caleb Fry, Miles LaFay, and Jared Lindsley last year to graduation. They're off to a 2-9 start. Like I said, not exactly what they would hope for. They had a short break between games, a very short break. They played Kellogg last night. They lost that game 63-49, and now they're here tonight to take on the Lumberjacks. The Bulldogs did trail by close to 30 a couple of times in that contest. The one thing they have going for them, Clark, they don't have a single senior on their roster.
Yeah.
They're all juniors and a couple of sophomores. So St. Mary's holds a 23-4 lead over Grangeville in the series. So they want to keep that going here tonight. So the starting lineup for the Bulldogs. Number 1, junior guard, Jaden Lagaretta. Number 4, junior guard, Jack Bransford. Number 5, junior forward, Carter Munt. He was one of the key players last night for the Bulldogs in Kellogg. The next one, number 10, a junior guard, Cody Clement. And number 11, junior forward, Sam Lindsley. Again, the Bulldogs coached by Cooper Wright. And again, going back, their whole starting lineup, juniors. Now the starting lineup for your Lumberjacks, and we've got, of course, the number 1 of the 6-foot senior guard, Grayson Sands. We have the number 5, 6'1" senior guard, Dylan Holder. We've got the number 22 of 6'6" senior post, Tyler Renner. We've got the number 23, 5'9" senior guard, Trace Wick. And the number 55, 6'6" senior post, Tristan Hill. And the Lumberjacks coached by Brian Chase. He is assisted by A.J. Bechtel. Once again, I want to mention that the Bulldogs came in today wearing Lumberjack Strong shirts in honor of Coach Teft and our Lumberjack community. Lumberjacks in the white and green, Bulldogs navy blue and white. It'll be the number 5 of Carter Munt going up against the 22 of Tyler Renner. St. Mary's going left to right on the radio dial to get things started. Bulldogs right to left. The officials checking over, making sure everybody's ready to get going. And I'm assuming that, I'm not sure if there is a head ref in basketball, but he steps into the midcourt circle.
He'll be the lead ref of the night, though.
Lumberjacks control the opening tip. And Tyler Renner lost his shoe in the tip.
Boy, that's outstanding jumping, I'll tell you.
Bulldogs
shoe behind.
Bulldogs look to be in a zone. St. Mary's has the ball up top. Bulldogs got two guys coming out, putting a little bit of pressure outside the perimeter, so they're coming out there a little ways, pressuring the Lumberjacks on offense.
They're still staying in the zone, though.
Again, St. Mary's just working it around the perimeter. Being patient right here with their first possession. Looking into Holder. Holder shot a little bit too hard off the glass. There's a good look. Bulldogs pull down the rebound. So the Bulldogs started with a little bit of a lead against Kellogg, but Kellogg quickly took control of that game over in Kellogg. Going to get a steal by Hill, by Hill. Turnover by the Bulldogs. They feed it up to Tyler Renner running down the lane, and he's going to lay it up and in. Lumberjack with the early lead. Tyler Renner takes out a cheerleader trying to dive for that ball. Ball is still loose. Bulldogs end up with it.
Not anymore.
Another turnover by the Bulldogs. Another steal by Tristan Hill. Holder, right side, cross court to Sands. Sands, the three-pointer from the corner short. Rebound to the Bulldogs. St. Mary's taking the threes early a little bit here, trying to maybe get something going from outside. Bulldogs have it. Right side of the floor. Cody Clement back to the left to Lindsley, working out top. Back over to Clement. He's going to trigger the three. It's off the front of the iron. Offensive rebound. The putback is up and good. Bulldogs on the board. Tied it up here. 2 apiece. Wicks has the ball, right side. Back to Sands. A little skip pass. Now into Hill, and Hill.
I think he landed on the line.
No, they're calling a foul. Bulldogs get a little bit of a body bump, and get called for pushing him out of bounds. That foul goes against. Let me see, goes against the number 1 of Lagarata. Wicks and Renner comes out. Holmes in, and probably Badgett.
It is.
Lumberjacks try to feed that ball down inside. It gets knocked loose, and it's going to go out of bounds again, they say, last touch by Grangeville. Sands will trigger the inbound pass. Tries to skip it into Hill, and this time they say it goes out of bounds off St. Mary's. Going to call it a turnover on Hill, I guess. It could maybe be against Sands. Lumberjacks, a little bit of pressure in the backcourt. Badgett gets the tip, can't pull it down. Sands gets body checked to the ground. He's a little slow to get up. Hopefully he's okay. And is the foul against the Bulldogs?
It is.
Again, substitutions happening as they're going to get Sands out of there for a minute so he can recover after that body check.
Hill and Sands both came out.
Dylan Holder came out?
No, Hill and Sands came out.
Who went in for Hill? Renner went back in. So it was a foul against the Bulldogs. That one goes against the 4 of Bransford. Three-pointer long by Holder. Rebound to the Bulldogs. Sands trying to stretch it out down there on the, I think he might have hit his elbow or something. You know, if you hit that elbow on that hardwood.
It's not fun.
Bulldogs working the ball around the perimeter. Down to the right side, back to the top. Legarata controls to the free throw line. A little bit too much contact there by Holder.
Holder didn't get his feet still, and he bumped him.
First foul against St. Mary's. Bulldogs inbound from baseline. It'll be Sam Lindsley to trigger it in. Looking, all the way, gets it into the backcourt. St. Mary's going to try to put some pressure on it, but the Bulldogs get to it first. Bransford lost it for a minute. Ball still loose on the floor. Lumberjacks fighting for it. Bransford still able to come up with it. Now we almost get a steal there again by
Holder.
Deflects that ball out of bounds. It's Lumberjacks defense. They appear to be in a zone also, don't they?
No, they're in the man.
They're man-to-man.
They're in the man.
Holder deflects it out of bounds once again. Bulldogs inbounding from in front of the Lumberjack bench. They get it up to the top to Legarata. He controls it for the Bulldogs. Now they swing it over to Lindsley. Lindsley gets around the defense. Shot up, no good from three-point range. Rebound to Holmes for the Lumberjacks. Ahead to Wicks. Wicks slows it down across the half-court line. Gets over to Badgett. Badgett, nice look, trying to feed it into Renner. Renner mishandles it. Turnover St. Mary's.
It was a bit of a low pass for him. Remember, he's 6'6".
Renner comes out. Tristan Hill back into the game. Still 2-2. Neither team doing much here. 4 minutes just about gone in the first period. Bulldogs in the backcourt. St. Mary's putting some pressure on. They finally get it across. Underneath, shot up, won't fall in for Grangeville. Nice look for them. Rebound, I think, went to Holder. Ahead to Wicks. Gets it to Badgett. Badgett thought about a three for a second, decides against it. Goes to Wicks. Wicks into trying to get it to Holder, but kind of
telepassed that one.
Yeah, telegraphed it, and the Bulldogs come away. 3-point shot off the mark. Rebound to Hill. Ahead to Holder. Holder drives.
Nice.
Shot won't go, but a foul call.
That was a great quarterback pass by Wicks up to the Holder. And he got fouled going up for the shot.
That'll put Holder at the charity stripe. Only 42% on the season from the free throw line is Holder, though. St. Mary's is a team, 58%. Not where you want to see your free throw shooting. First one is in. But on the flip side, their opponent's only shooting 59% from the floor, from the free throw line. So no team that St. Mary's has played is, on average, shooting the greatest from free throw line. I think Bonners Ferry was the highest one from the free throw line at 76%. Second free throw good. 3:57 to go. Grayson Sands checks back in. First quarter of play. Dylan Holder checks out. Sands looks fine. I think it was that elbow, too, because it looks red. That ball deflected out of bounds by Badgett. St. Mary's being active on defense. A lot of deflections already in this first period.
Yeah, they're active. Very much so.
They got 3 men in the backcourt putting on the press.
But right now they're not finishing their shots.
Legarata gets it ahead to Sickles. Going to get a three-pointer on the way. It is off the mark. Sands goes up high for the rebound. Ahead to Wicks. Wicks, left side. Picks up his dribble. Looks to the low post to Hill. Cutting is Sands. Sands can't finish.
That's been what's going on so far. Once they start finishing, though, they could pull out.
Rebound to the Bulldogs. They're going to have it up on the perimeter left side. Up to the elbow. Jump shot. Won't fall in. Rebound to Wyatt Holmes. A whistle and a
two got to reach.
Foul on the Bulldogs.
Yep, he was reaching. Got the arm, then he got the ball.
Low scoring first quarter. 3:19 to go. 4-2. Lumberjacks with the lead. Sands controls it. He's got Sickles on him. Takes it to the right side, down to the corner to Wicks. Up high to the post. Back out to Wicks. Wicks on the wing now, right side. Wicks surveys, drives, flips it to Hill. The shot won't fall in, but Hill will be fouled. I thought it was going to roll in for a moment.
It's been the story of the game so far, Tim. That rim is just not being kind.
The foul goes against the number 14 of Goakoa, his first.
I've not been tracking fouls. I'm sorry about that.
Hill makes the first free throw. He's 47% from the charity stripe on the season. Wyatt Holmes comes out for a breather. Tyler Renner back in for St. Mary's. Second free throw. Nice touch. Nothing but net for Hill. 6-2. Lumberjacks stretch it to a 4-point lead.
Shouldn't it be 8?
No.
Okay.
They had 4.
I was trying to give it an extra basket, I guess. I'm very charitable today, Tim.
Lots of pressure in the backcourt. Gonna create the steal.
With a lot of help on the defense doing their part.
Badgett drive. Shot up and good to assist the Hill.
Now it's 8-2.
Now a timeout by the Bulldogs. Hill has been the one with all the steals.
Well, and let's give a little credit, though, that the press is working well, and Hill is getting the benefit of getting over and stepping in front of the ball where the ball's going to.
Yeah.
And so he's getting a lot of that. But that's part of what a press does. Your big guy gets a lot of the steals in a press.
So Lumberjacks out to a 6-point lead, 8-2. Bulldogs with 5 fouls already. St. Mary's fairly clean in that first quarter so far with 1. Still 2.5 to go. It seems like every time I mention that in a game, it kind of jinxes them, and they end up with like 4 fouls in a row.
Well, Tim, keep quiet about that. Don't say anything. Just mention it and then go on.
Okay, same 5 on the floor for St. Mary. Bulldogs took that quick 30-second timeout. And that press again from St. Mary's as it's been working so far. And a bad pass. Sands with the steal.
Oh, he went away went to the right of the rim, and that's why he didn't go in.
Couldn't finish.
I'd love to tell my kids, use the backboard. Use the backboard.
Going to give it a team offensive rebound as the Lumberjacks get the benefit of the ball being deflected. Out of bounds by the Bulldogs. Trace Wicks comes out.
Nice touch by Hill.
Hill from the free throw line with the assist from Holder. 8-point lead for the Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks kind of finding their wheels. The Bulldogs break that press. A big rejection by Tristan Hill.
Block.
Woo! Hill with authority on that one. Rebound technically will go to the Bulldogs, though. It was out of bounds off of St. Mary's. Bulldogs inbound to the corner, right side, now to the low post. Back out to the corner. Sickles quickly gets collapsed on at the block. And a pass up the top. 3-pointer on the way by Clement. Contested. No good. Rebound to Hill. Trying to feed it into Hill. Deflected out of bounds by the Bulldogs. Maybe not an ideal pass for Holder.
It's still not being aggressive like that, looking inside the paint to see if you've got something.
Well, I think kind of what happened, Holder ended up off his feet too, didn't he? And he had to quickly find somebody to give it, to try to feed it into and not get the travel call. 1:57 to go first quarter. Up to the top to Badgett. Now to Holder. Holder, left side, down to the corner, back to Badgett up top. We're going to reverse it. No, Badgett takes the dribble, now reverses it to the right side. Now to the free throw line. Nice
That was a little bit away from Renner, though, to get that ball.
I think he was hoping Renner was going to cut to it or take at least a step into the paint. I think he skipped it between the defender's legs. Bulldogs at the elbow, right side, trying to get Hill off his feet. Late whistle on that foul. Going to call the foul on Hill. Hill thought he was good.
He did not lift his. He didn't come off the floor that time. I think that was a mistake.
That's going to send Carter Munt to the free throw line for the Bulldogs. And I keep wanting to write things down, but I don't need to. I just got this for for lead changes and ties. No good on the first free throw. Hill and Hill and who went out? Who was it? Badgett. Okay. Second free throw, no good. Wyatt Holmes in. Renner had the rebound.
That was a bad pass there by Holder.
Holder with the turnover. Steal for the Bulldogs. They have the ball back up top. Cody Clement swings it to the right side to Muntz. Back up to Clement up top. Bulldogs slow down. St. Mary's still running their man, or is it like a...
It's more of a zone now.
Yeah. Down into the post. Ball comes loose. Out of bounds off of Carter Muntz.
He just lost that ball. Good defense by St. Mary's, though. Anytime Grangeville wants to try to bring it in the key, they're getting clogged up and not getting anything, and so they have to find a way to get it back out, and sometimes they make a mistake with the pass.
I think Munt was expecting a foul call there from the bodies that he had on him as he kind of looked at the ref like, where was the call on him?
I don't really think there was anything there, so that's why you didn't get a whistle.
Stands right side of the block. Renner, I think that
Renner looks a little off right now.
That shot might have even been partially deflected. Rebound to the Bulldogs. Cody Clement once again, or no, it's Cody Clement with the ball over to Lindsley. Lindsley up top, swings it to the left side to Goakoa. Goakoa to the free throw line, back out to Lindsley. Free throw line, back to the top now. Bulldogs working the perimeter. St. Mary's not really giving them anything inside.
Oh, they're not giving them anything.
Muntz tries to feed it across, deflecting it out and getting the steal is going to be Holmes. St. Mary's back on offense with 13 seconds in the first. Renner going to work his way in, shot up. Still can't get one to fall for him, and the rebound of the Bulldogs.
He needs to go higher up on the glass.
Deep three by the Bulldogs at the buzzer, no good, and that's how the first period ends. 10-2, Lumberjacks lead. We'll be back.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Heidi Kruger, your St. Mary's Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Heidi Kruger is a proud sponsor of the Lumberjacks on KOFE. For all your investment needs, call 208-755-5294 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
And we are back. 10-2 run for the Lumberjacks in that first quarter. St. Mary's shooting 30% from the floor in that first quarter. The Bulldogs just 10%.
I think Grangeville looks really tired out there too. You know, they played last night, like you said.
Yeah.
They probably stayed at a hotel somewhere between here and Kellogg.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out if they stayed in Kellogg somewhere or if they went into Coeur d'Alene.
Well, either way, you know, I think they're tired.
Both teams, though, not a great first quarter as far as turnovers are concerned. St. Mary's with 5 and Grangeville with 6.
St. Mary's is coming out. Their turnovers are more on the being aggressive side, not that they're playing poorly with the ball.
Yeah.
I can count. It doesn't bother me when I see the aggressiveness.
So one substitution made for the Lumberjacks. Holder out. I believe it was Badgett coming in to start the second. And a steal by Wicks to get things started. Wicks to Sands. Sands looking into the post. Down to Hill, and Hill puts it up and good. I didn't see Hill come in.
He got over and back.
Lumberjacks doing a little bit better, but I hope
the defense is really strong. Yeah.
What I'd hope to see him do more in that game against Kellogg too is they're trying to work the post a lot more. They started out strong against Kellogg doing that, but they kind of went away from it. A steal by the Bulldogs.
That was another bad pass.
And number 5, Carter Muntz, gets the Bulldogs their 4th point on the board. Going to get a 3-pointer on the way. Nothing but net by Trace Wicks.
You know, he chooses when he wants to shoot those, doesn't he? But when he does, he's usually accurate.
I think there might have been an assist, but I didn't see who passed it out to him or into him. Bulldogs get it to the low post. Legoradic can't get up with it. Going to get a big blocked shot by Wyatt Holmes.
Holmes that time, that's right.
Team rebound for the Bulldogs as it'll come back to them. They'll inbound to the corner, left side. Back to the top now to Clement. Clement works it to the right side, down to the corner.
Telling you, the defenses look really strong so far, Tim.
I think St. Mary's was mad about that loss to Kellogg. They probably I think it was Colby Renner. Another block, and who was that by? That was Hill, wasn't it? I think it was Wicks with the rebound. Shot by Sands the other way, misses.
They're playing a little out of control, though, on the offensive end, Tim.
Yeah. Shot up on the way from three-point range, off the glass and good by number 1, Legarata. It was Colby Renner at the after that little short corner jumper by Sands falls through. After the game, it was taking quite a while for the boys to come out of the locker room in Kellogg. He goes, boy, we never spent that long after a game in the locker room. He says, I think coach is giving it to him. Going to get a drive from the corner left side. Partially blocked again by Hill. The rebound to Wicks, and then Wicks is fouled.
It's going to be on Lagaretta.
Sixth foul on the Bulldogs, sixth. 5:54 to go. Substitutions coming for the Lumberjacks. Hill comes out.
Holder came in.
Holder and Renner
there you
checks
go.
back in.
Well, Renner's out.
Huh?
Renner's in. Yeah, right. Sorry.
Trace Wicks working down the left side. Bulldogs in the zone. No pressure in the backcourt. 17-7. Lumberjacks lead by 10. Trying to get it inside for Renner.
That was not a good pass to be making, though. The defender on Renner was right there to do what he needed to do.
If you're going to do that, maybe you need to put a little bit more arc over it to where he can spin and
exactly
get it.
Renner had some height on the kid, but it just wasn't there.
Renner, short corner. Long pass, kind of misjudged that one. Got it out to Holder, though. Holder to Badgett. Left side of the floor, again looking into Renner. Renner can't get his shot to fall in. Ball is on the ground.
They've got a jump ball. Looks like Lagaretta just hurt himself.
Jump ball possession to the Lumberjacks. So I'll just call it an offensive board for Renner, and Legarata.
Looks like he's holding his knee. I can't tell.
Down as they got some coaches out checking on him. We'll take a quick break.
Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat, located next to Harvest Foods in St. Mary's. Open 24 hours, we have washers and dryers of all sizes to get your laundry done quickly. If you'd like to get your laundry done in less than 5 minutes, take advantage of our drop-off laundry service where we wash, dry, and fold it for you. While you do your laundry, be sure to take advantage of our touchless automatic car wash, which has that great undercarriage spray to get the grime off. Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat can be found at riverbendbubbles.com or call 208-582-4844.
And we were back, and they got him up. He
did not put any pressure on that right foot, it looked like to me.
And I want to mention this, if there's anybody out there listening that is recording the Seahawks game and not watching it yet, cover your ears, because I have an update coming for that game. It was from Ron Deary Mouse, 17-16 with the Seahawks up on the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
And then a three-pointer cashed in by Trace Wicks for the Lumberjacks.
Oh, you almost dragged that pivot there, number 3 there. The defense is just outstanding right now.
13-point lead for St. Mary's. Out to the corner. Bulldogs with the 3 on the way. Short. Rebound to Renner. I didn't think the Seahawks were going to really have much of a chance against the Niners.
No, I thought it was blowout today.
Down to the short corner to Holder. Holder's going to pull the shot. It's long. Rebound pulled out by the Bulldogs. St. Mary's had a shot at the offensive board. Bulldogs left corner to Bransford. Bransford has Wicks all over him. He finds Lindsley. Left side still. Lindsley to the free throw line. Pulls up. Blocked shot, though.
By Holmes.
Rebound by Wicks.
That's a bad pass by Wicks, though.
Tell me there was a turnover, huh?
Yeah, there was no Lumberjack even in the area.
Bulldogs back it back out. Into the hands of Sickles. Drives left side. Gets trapped underneath. Looking for Bransford, but Bransford went right when he thought he was going to go left.
I tell you, this defense has been very stifling on Grangeville.
Holmes comes out for the Lumberjacks, as does Badgett. Into the game for St. Mary's is Seth Swallows. And, nope, I already had Holder on the floor, so who else is in there? Got somebody out. Oh, Grayson. Sands checked back in. I didn't even realize he was out. Holder has the ball. Left side of the floor, looks at Swallows. Swallows gets a lot of time. Three-pointer buries it. Seth Swallows can make buckets from outside. He hasn't gotten a lot of opportunities this year on the varsity side, but he is definitely a guy that can shoot. Pass by the Bulldogs, the turnover. Renner underneath, shot up and good. Timeout taken by the Bulldogs. 3:11 to go in the half. St. Mary's up 25-7. Full timeout?
I haven't seen what they're doing on that.
It is a full. Yep. We'll be back.
When your car's not running right, you want an honest mechanic that provides quality work at an affordable price. That can be tough, unless your dad owns a repair shop. But in St. Mary's, times have changed. You have Jim's Auto, and they treat every customer like family. Get everything from regular maintenance to major repairs done at Jim's Auto and Tire Pros. Jim's Auto doesn't just offer oil changes. They're a full-service shop. Jim's Auto can diagnose that check engine light, change your brakes, and fix your alignment. Ask about Jim's Auto's new Express Lane with same-day or next-day oil and tire services. And don't forget, Jim's Auto is an authorized Tire Pros dealer with nationwide warranty, service protection plan, and free roadside assistance. Jim's Auto and Tire Pros located at 69 Milwaukee Road, St. Mary's. And we are back here as the Lumberjacks lead the Bulldogs 25-7 with 3:11 before the half. St. Mary's made some substitutions in that timeout.
You know, Tim, they could even be up by a whole lot more. You know, some of those missed shots that
I think Renner was the only substitution. As Renner goes out, he'll back in. Lumberjacks with the press again. Bulldogs do get it across for a moment, but it's going to be a steal by Wick. As he initiated it.
Yeah, okay.
I think Wick swiped it away, and then Holder cleaned it up. Corner to Wicks. Wicks was open, thinking he wanted another three. Elbow for Sands. He's short, and Sands just hasn't been on this afternoon yet. I think he's only made a couple of buckets. 25-7, rebound to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs working it on the right side. Sickles looks to the cutter, and another block shot by Hill.
Hill's just having a day down there in the paint.
Rebound went to St. Mary's. And a three-pointer missed by Wick the other way. He pulled up quickly for that one from the right side. Bulldogs with the rebound. Back to the right corner. Bransford for Grangeville. Little skip pass. Now they try to feed it into the post. Foul on the floor. A little push by St. Mary's. It's only the third foul on the Lumberjacks. Again, Holder. So I have a question for you. Last night, I was watching the Grangeville-Kellogg game.
You don't have anything to do, do you?
And, well, I was doing my pregame work at home, and a pass like that where they threw it across, I always thought a skip pass was a bounce.
Who scored that?
Number 3 with the bucket from the paint, Ray Holes Jr.
Yeah, thank you.
So is a skip pass one that's through the air?
Skip pass is one that usually is going to hit the ground.
Yeah, that was interesting because they called it a skip pass when it was more like just a.
Well, you know, high school play-by-players, they don't know what they're doing.
The Bulldogs.
They're not as professional as you are, Tim.
I thought the Bulldogs turned that over, but they deflected it.
You're with me, right, Tim? I said, you know, it can't be as good as you.
I can't be too hard on Kellogg. They gave a lot of props to us and our radio broadcast program that we've got going on down here in St. Mary's. And I've never even met Simon Miller, who was the one giving us lots of props. Rebound to Badgett after the three-point shot missed by the Bulldogs.
That rebound was actually Wicks's, who just immediately gave it to Badgett, just so you know.
Okay, Badgett drives all the way down, misses the bucket, but he is fouled.
I'm sure Wicks doesn't get a lot of credit for rebounds, and I want to make sure he got his.
The foul goes against Sam Lindsley. Yeah, no, I enjoyed listening to the Wildcats live and watching their broadcast. Free throw up and good by Badgett. Checking in is David Goakoa for the Bulldogs. As Lindsley checks out, Badgett is 61% from the season on the free throw line. One of the better free throw shooters so far for the Lumberjacks this year.
Takes a second.
Grayson Sands sits at 71% on the season. So Badgett made both of those. Going to get another almost steal.
That's an almost steal. Is that a category?
No. Might be counted as a hustle play. Shot from the corner. No good. Offensive rebound. Put back good. Kason Sickles with the bucket for the Bulldogs. 27-11. Lumberjacks lead. St. Mary's has outscored the Bulldogs 17-9 in the second. Wicks has the ball. St. Mary's holding a little bit here as they slow it down. Deflected out of bounds by the Bulldogs, but it's kind of a bad pass there again as the Bulldogs expecting that little skip pass out to Wicks along the sideline. Sands has it, double teamed, trying to get into Swallows, and it's going to be a turnover.
And stolen by Badgett.
One good turnover deserves another, I guess.
I would agree.
Badgett takes it the other way. I really don't think Coach is going to be happy with, like you said, you can accept some of those turnovers, but I'm sure Coach still isn't going to be happy. I think they're over 11 at the half.
Yeah, and when you get a 16-point lead, you get a little sloppy once in a while.
Another foul against Grangeville. First one against Carter Munt. Check in for the Bulldogs, Cody Clement. Checking out is Sickles. Sends Wicks to the free throw line for St. Mary's. Wicks from the charity stripe on the year, 61%. Tyler Renner getting ready to come back in. Yeah, front end of the 1-and-1 rolls out. Bulldogs on the rebound, 38 seconds. Renner might not get a chance to come in. Into the paint, down inside to Hold. Pulls up, shot, air ball, rebound goes to the 44 of Swallows. Swallows, they find Hill. Was that Swallows that fed it down?
Yeah, it was.
And they find Wicks underneath. Swallows with the assist.
Yeah, give credit to Hill again because he made them alter their shot. That's what happened on that.
18-point lead for St. Mary's, and now a foul by the Lumberjacks trying to get a trap at the mid-court line. That foul goes against Badgett, his first. They still don't. He pulled Renner off of the.
Yeah, of course.
Decided not to try to sub him in, yeah. Corner for the Bulldogs. Going to try for that final shot of the half. Driving the lane. Going up. Lots of contact. No foul. The bucket good by Carter Munt. So the Bulldogs finish the quarter with the final bucket, but the Lumberjacks have the 29-13 lead at the half. We'll come back with a look at your halftime statistics.
Winter is in full force, and Timber Country and the Country Fair invite you in out of the cold to check out their winter sale deals. Need some new winter boots or gloves? How does 20% off sound? Maybe a new jacket. 40 or 50% off sounds great. Those deals and more at Timber Country and Country Fair on Main Street in St. Mary's. There's more than clothes as well. Sports apparel, hunting gear, toys, sleds, and more at Timber Country and the Country Fair in St. Mary's. Stop by today.
T1FCU's Ascend Checking is a simple free checking account that gives you the flexibility to earn dividends. Plus, get anytime account access with online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and no minimum balance requirements. So level up your finances with an Ascend checking account. Learn more at t1fcu.org/ascend. T1FCU, your community, your credit union. Insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch. Breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? Do you need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Annie's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Annie's Arbor and Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Annie's Arbor and Site Clearing.
With stage 1 and 2 of the sports complex nearly complete, the Lumberjack Booster Club thanks Archie's IGA, Shift and Grind, and the St. Mary's community for their fundraising effort and continued support in making this sports complex come to life. The next stage will be the sprinkler system. The Booster Club is looking for new members. If you have kids in high school or soon entering high school, now is the time to get involved with the Booster Club. For more information on how you can help with the sports complex or questions about becoming a member, contact Donnie Masterson at 208-582-1802 or by email at golumberjacks@gmail.com. And as always, go Lumberjack!
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Idaho, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
And we are back. Tim Parrish, Clark Grogan, as they had some hula hoop action going on out here. And it was a Grangeville girl who was killing it.
Yeah.
With the hula hoop.
These lumberjacks don't know what to do with a hula hoop, I guess.
Well, they're lumberjacks.
Well,
maybe a bulldog knows how to, I don't know.
I would know where you put it on a bulldog.
Anyways, we'll take a look here. Box score first quarter for the Bulldogs, only 2 points. St. Mary's with 10, second quarter. A little bit better for Grangeville as they put up 11, but St. Mary's with 19. And St. Mary's holds a 16-point lead here at the half. And that is, they've had an 18-point lead at one point. Grangeville, only 24% shooting. Clark, St. Mary's 45% from the field. Grangeville 1 of 9 from three-point range. St. Mary's 3 of 6, so 50% from the charity stripe. And free throw shooting, Grangeville 0 for 2. St. Mary's 6 of 7 for 85%. Rebounds, I have Grangeville with 1 more rebound than St. Mary's, 16 to 15. The Bulldogs with 5 offensive and 11 defensive rebounds. St. Mary's 2 offensive and 13 defensive. Assists, 1 assist for Grangeville, 6 assists for the Lumberjacks. Grangeville has 6 steals, St. Mary's with 8 steals. St. Mary's with 6 blocked shots. And
I'm sorry, Topper's entertaining me out here.
Oh, St. Mary's with 6 blocked shots, Grangeville with no blocked shots. And I think he was aiming for one of those posters. I don't think he was aiming for the backboard. Turnovers, 12 for Grangeville, 9 for St. Mary's. Personal fouls, 8 for the Bulldogs, 4 for the Lumberjacks. Points off the bench, St. Mary's with 7. Did you happen to have any points off the bench for the Bulldogs?
Let's see. Yes, I do. I got what appears to be Jaden Lagaretta with 5 off the bench. He's their leading scorer too.
He was the starter. Sickles was not. So I think.
Well, you misled me, Tim.
I have him marked down over here.
Well, I'm just looking at my the radio audience. Do you see this? Do you see this radio? Oh, they can't see any of this. I keep forgetting. I got the face for radio. That's right.
2 points off the bench, regardless, for the Wildcats or for the
2 or 5. I'm okay either way.
St. Mary's with 7 points off the bench. Second chance points, 4 for Grangeville, 5 for St. Mary's. Lumberjacks 13 points off turnovers, and Grangeville with 2.
Grangeville has had a lot of second chance opportunities.
Well, they've had 5 offensive rebounds.
Well,
St. Mary's too.
The thing is, they're not getting any really good looks at shooting the ball today at all. St. Mary's defense has been just that thorough.
Well, St. Mary's is 100% on their second chance opportunities. They apparently have a 3-pointer and a 2-pointer off of offensive rebounds. So individually, what do you got over there for the Wildcats? Or the Kellogg's?
I think I almost did it. Lagaretta comes in with 5 points. If he's the starter, he's still got 5 points. Off the bench, he's still 5 points. Followed by Carter Mint with 4, and I've got Sickles and Hollis with 2 each. And that adds up to 13. I used my calculator to make sure.
Good. I'd gotten away early in the girls' game. I got to where I kept wanting to say Kellogg, and now all of a sudden I'm back to the Wildcats for some reason. Individually for St. Mary's, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players in the box score with points on the board. Trace Wicks leads the team with 8 points and 5 rebounds and 2 steals. Tristan Hill has 6 points. He has 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, and 4 block shots. Tyler Renner has 4 points with 3 rebounds. Jared Badgett has 4 points with a steal. Seth Swallows with 3 points and an assist. Dylan Holder with 2 points, 2 assists, and a rebound. And Grayson Sands with 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 2 points for Grayson. Grayson, a little bit off this afternoon. He's 1 for 6 from the floor.
Well, that's why it's a team.
Well, that's the nice part about the depth on this team, too, is if somebody's slacking, so to speak, that there's other guys there to pick it up typically.
Yep, they're doing well in that area.
We've got 2 minutes until the second half gets underway. We'll go ahead and take another break and come back with the second half of action.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those Lumberjacks.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life. Plus, they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown team. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
Yeah, we are back, and I came back a little bit quicker from that break. So I wanted to sometimes I have a hard time getting the upcoming schedules out there. So let's see, next week, the girls at Priest River. I will be going up to Priest River for that game. I'm sure Clark won't be.
You just assume a lot, don't you?
The 19th, the girls will be at Troy. The boys will be at Orofino, and guess what? I'll be headed up to Orofino for that game.
What day is that?
Thursday, I do believe.
That one you're on your own, I'm afraid.
And then on the 21st, I'll be headed over to Genesis Prep, as it's a quad match for boys and girls.
You never know. I might stumble in there on the 21st. That's Saturday, right?
Saturday.
I might be doing some shopping or something. I can stop by later.
Wrestling next week. They have the Kellogg Wildcats here at home on Wednesday. And then on Saturday, the wrestling team is at the Clearwater Classic, and the cheerleading team is at the Prairie Classic. The wrestling team today at the Crusader Classic.
I hear our cheerleaders did really well at an event this last week.
They finished first in a couple of categories, or at least one. St. Mary's will start on defense in this second half of play. Bulldogs with the ball. Working it down inside. Little reverse hook shot, no good. Rebound to Hill. Going to get a three on the way by Wick. It is up and good. Who gave that assist, Clark?
That was Renner.
32-13 as the Lumberjacks stretch the lead out. Pass to the middle of the court, and now down to the short corner. Shot on the way by Munt. It is no good. Sands tries to tip that rebound to himself. It's going to go out of bounds off of Sands.
He put his foot down before he got out.
So the Bulldogs inbound from baseline. They're going to go to the left side, now to the free throw line with it to Munt. And Sands with the steal. Wicks again for three, nothing but net.
You know, I really think Wicks was the one that stole it too. But it's up to you.
Either way, Trace Wicks, first game I see him finally getting on fire from outside. Oh no, rebound to the Bulldog Lumberjack. Ball is loose. Bulldogs almost come away with it.
And they will.
And they will. All in all, does that end up being a turnover on Trace?
Well, he was the last to touch it. Although I don't think he ever had control to be able to lose the ball.
Well, they tried that football pass all the way down the floor, right? 35-13, Jacks with the lead. Bulldogs still playing hard, of course. Don't expect anything less. Sickles, right side, short corner, kicks it back to the top or to the left to Lindsley, or to the right, now to the left. Clement, corner, left side, Bransford. Now a steal by Wick. They get it up to Holder. Holder lays it up and good. And I'm going to call that an assist by Wick. And a foul on the Bulldogs. So the and one chance coming for Dylan Holder.
That foul was on Lindsley. Of course, that's the first team one in this half, and his second foul of the game.
Bulldogs. Ray Holes Jr. checks in. Sam Lindsley goes out. His second foul of the contest.
Coming in is Carter Munt.
Munt checks in. Holder to the free throw line. 42%. I think he's been to the stripe tonight. I think he was 1 for 2. Lines up the bonus. It's good. 38-13. Lumberjacks lead it by 25, I believe. My math correct.
Yeah, it is. And another turnover.
That was an unforced turnover by the Bulldogs. Nice move underneath by Holder as he jump-stepped into the paint. Little head fake, got the Bulldogs to clear out of the way, and then just cashed it in off the glass.
Yeah. Now Tim, it's a 27-point lead in case you want to know that part. Oh, we'll get a timeout
by the Bulldogs. 5:55 to go, third quarter. Timeout. Grangeville. Is it a 30?
It's 30.
I'll just keep it right here then. 11-0 run to start the third for St. Mary's. So they're picking up where they left off in the first half, and actually almost seem a little bit smoother.
Well, the defense, again, is just very aggressive this whole game. Makes a world of difference for you, and they're finishing their shots better.
Looks like Coach Teff might have went ahead and headed out.
Well, I had a good talk with him, though. Grady still does have ambitions to be coaching this year. Coach, I wish you the best on that. Hope you get your opportunity to do so.
I was glad to see him here. Glad to get to say hi to him and see how he's doing.
He's in good spirits, I'll tell you that.
Because there's a good chance he's listening or watching this game right now.
He, I guess, was listening to our last broadcast. Give him a laugh. Well, you know, when you get me here,
yeah,
all chaos breaks out.
Bulldogs turn the ball over. Bad pass, trying to get it down low inside. Sands with the ball up top. Cross court to Wick. Well,
and he was giving that to Colin Shield down here, but he had his camera out, so he couldn't do anything with it.
I think Wicks might have thought that Holder was about 7 foot tall.
And he hasn't grown that much.
Wicks kind of looked like, wow, how did I throw that one that far off key? Going to get a pass stolen away by Holder. Holder lays it up and good. Holder's had the last 6 points for St. Mary's.
Right place, right time.
Add 2 more to that lead, up to 29 now. Bulldogs get a nice little entry pass, though. Late foul called, as it's the right foul. It was after the shot, and that was the number 14, Goakoa, with the bucket. And Holder comes down, and after the shot's done, Holder's getting a piggyback ride from Goakoa. So they call the foul on the floor is where it should be.
Well, they do have the basket, of course, and now this could turn into a 4-point play.
22:55. Seth Swallows checked in. I was trying to get who was getting the changes here. Holmes and Badgett back
Holmes
on
and
the floor.
Badgett definitely, and Swallows.
Yeah.
Swallows is in too.
Yep. Bulldogs into the corner. Open look for three. It is kind of short arm.
That was a line drive shot.
Badgett with the rebound, but then a steal by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs into the paint. Shot by Munt. Won't fall. Holmes taps the rebound to himself, and then I think Holmes got fouled.
Yeah.
Carter Munt goes to the floor. Was he the offending party on the foul?
I think so. Or it was Scales. One or the other.
Carter. Second foul for him.
Mm-hmm.
Second foul of the second half for the Bulldogs. You got to get a towel out there. And checking back in for the Bulldogs is Cody Clement. So far, a nice strong showing for St. Mary's after having to deal with two straight losses against two quality opponents. I mean, Bonners Ferry is very good this year. St. Mary's won't get a rematch with Kellogg Clark until February 14th. Second to last game of the season.
On Valentine's Day,
yeah.
Huh? How sweet that might be.
See if St. Mary's can get a little bit of love with a win in that one.
Oh, mine was not nearly as good as yours was. I like yours.
St. Mary's almost loses that ball as the Bulldogs swiped it out of Stan's hand, but the Lumberjacks come back with it. Some good defense by the Bulldogs. They get the pass down inside to Swallows. His shot won't
with a
go.
rebound and hit and go.
Yeah. Rebound into
and
the
got
Bulldogs.
Three guys down after a rebound.
That pass almost picked off by Swallows. Bulldogs keep possession. Again, Swallows almost getting a hold of one. Shot
He's
up.
aggressive.
No good.
It. There we
Rebound
go.
to Holmes. Up to Sands. Sands, nice drive to the rim from the left side. It's up and good by Grayson. I think he's only got 4 points on the game, but when you've got the post play working pretty good and
a 29-point lead, you don't worry about only having 4 points.
And Wick on fire from outside, you're not worrying about it too much. No subs for St. Mary's. I thought there was. Bulldogs make a change, and I think it was Goakoa coming back in. 4:05 to go third. Lumberjacks up 44-15. They've outscored the Bulldogs 15-2 in the third. Alley-oop dunk attempt for Holmes. It won't go. That would have been pretty, but ends up just missing the rebound for the Bulldogs. I did not know that Holmes could dunk until I was on the Badgers feed for that game, and they're talking about him dunking it in warm-up. Three-pointer on the way, short. Rebound two. Was it Wick?
Yes. I think you underestimate the athletic ability of Holmes.
Yeah. Gonna get it out to Sands. Sands for three. That is short. Rebound will be essentially to the Bulldogs. I would have loved to have seen Wyatt flush that one home on the dunk. That would have been a pretty play. Badgett comes out. Sloper checks in. First action of the game for the freshman, I do believe. I have a feeling we'll see the Barta boys and the younger guys later in this matchup.
Yeah, I think you will.
Badgett getting ready to check in as well. They buzzed you in, Badgett. Get in there. Oh, I thought they did.
They did.
Okay. So Wicks will come out. Jared Badgett checks in. Bulldogs inbound from side court here on the near side of the floor. And it is the hands of number 4. That's Bransford. Up the top to Lindsley. Back to the corner. Goakoa back to Lindsley. Lindsley, free throw line. Pull up jumper. Short. Rebound to Swallows. And a foul against the Bulldogs, I believe.
Number 14, I think it is. That'll be Goakoa.
Goakoa. Almost looked like he intentionally ran into the Lumberjacks and pushed him down. I forgot I didn't see who it was, but I guess not. Must have been just incidental. Oh.
What do we got?
Illegal throw-in, I guess, by St. Mary's. He crossed, I guess, over the line.
He stepped over the line.
Was that Sands, I think, with the inbound pass.
So that's a turnover.
Not one you see very often for St. Mary's. I've seen it only called a handful of times.
When you're up 44-15, you're going to see some real uncalled things.
Kind of just forget your fundamentals when you got a lead like that. Bulldogs up top with the ball. Sickles. And a travel. Little extra shuffle there by Grangeville. St. Mary's one bucket away from breaking the 30-point lead barrier. But it doesn't matter until the fourth quarter, so. Going to have Badgett. Drives. Going to go ahead and take it himself. Shot is high off the glass.
Oh.
Swallows almost had the rebound.
I thought he had, and he kind of got clocked on the head.
I kind of thought there was a lot of contact underneath there. Out to the corner for the Bulldogs. Sickles has it right wing. Backs his way. Ball gets knocked loose.
Swallows knocked it loose.
Are they calling a foul on Swallows?
No, they're calling a jump ball.
Oh.
And the possession is in St. Mary's favor. I would give that turnover to Swallows. I really would.
Steal by Swallows. He knocked it up loose. Sloper able to grab it. Down to the corner to Swallows. Left side. And that was a lot of contact. I'm surprised there wasn't a foul on that one. I've seen fouls called on that plenty of times when the opposing team body checks you trying to get the steal.
Yes.
Ball goes out of bounds, last touch by Grangeville. They're looking for the alley-oop again, but a foul called. That one is going to go against the 21. I don't have a 21 on my roster for the Bulldogs. So the alley-oop attempt, it obviously counts as a shot attempt because Holmes was, the ref got that right, knowing what was transpiring there. 66% free throw shooter is Holmes. Holmes has been fun to watch this evening so far. Oh, short on that one. They're trying to get him that alley-oop put in, aren't they? Second shot. That one is good. I'd like to see Holmes get on a breakaway run and see if he can get a dunk. Bulldogs going the other way. 30-point lead for St. Mary's, 45-15. That's an easy one to math up.
Good for you.
Bulldogs in the corner. Sloper all over it. Spinning jump shot. It's going to hop around the rim and fall out.
Rebound by Badgett.
Stands with the ball, near side. Lots of contact from Sickles on lots of kind of hand fighting all the way around. 3-point shot by Holmes. And he may be a post player, but he can shoot outside. Yes. So he's a multi-threat.
Like I said, he's very athletic.
And just a junior.
And a good baseball player, too, as you know.
Contested shot, no good. Fight for the loose ball, and I think that's Sloper that cleans up that rebound.
He did.
And a foul on the Bulldogs, I think, right?
Yep,
no?
It was. It was on Holler.
Oh,
we got a whole bunch of changes going on. Keep track of that one, Tim.
Oh, it's pretty easy. I'll just clear the floor and put them in as I see them.
You got one Barta in there that I see, number 3, isn't it?
That should be Jack.
Yeah.
I did put that on my roster, but it's not showing up in here.
Holder's back in.
Hill hasn't been in a while. He's finally back on the floor. Ball is up to Jack Barta. Foul called.
We'll be seeing Jack's brother here probably in just a little bit, too.
I think Ray Holes Jr. gets called for the foul. I don't have. I think that's almost a turnover on Barta. Now it is.
Now
a turnover.
It is. And a steal
by Swick. Third quarter coming to an end. Long deep 3 by Holder is no good. Rebound went to
Renner, and then another one, and he makes the next one.
Renner missed the first putback, got his own rebound, cashed it in on the second attempt.
That's why you follow your shot.
47-15, Jacks with a 32-point lead. I only go to 34 on my thing for keeping track of leads, so I'm going to stop when I get to the win.
If you need my help, just let me know.
Another steal by Wick. It was really an untried. Wick didn't have to try too hard on that steal. Big long three by Wick is no good.
And that's good by Holder for three.
Rebound to Hill, and then they find Holder with about 2 seconds on the clock, and Holder catches it in. Hill with that assist in the third quarter ends 50-15, Lumberjacks lead. And that's a 35-point lead, and that's where my count ends.
I'll help you out from here out, okay? You just come to me.
We'll be back.
Any adventure, any task, any time, there's a Yamaha utility ATV for any ride and any rider. See the full lineup at St. Maries Don Cycle. Adventure seekers can start with the trail-tested capability and comfort of the Yamaha Grizzly lineup. For the ultimate in mid-size ATV performance, check out the Yamaha Kodiak 450. And for those who mix work and pleasure, the Yamaha Kodiak 700 line devours chores and leaves room for adventure. Find your utility ATV at St. Maries Don Cycle or YamahaMotorsports.com.
Yeah, we are back as the Lumberjacks up big, 35-point lead over the Bulldogs. It'll be a running clock for the whole fourth quarter. Should be.
I think it's at 40, Tim.
No, the other night it was 30.
Okay, I'll go with 30.
When Kellogg got ahead by 30 at one point, it was a run. Or no, but in the last game with the girls, in the fourth quarter, Grangeville got ahead by 30. And same 5 on the floor. I don't have to change anything for St. Mary's. The Bulldogs will start with possession in the fourth. And the Bulldogs almost turn it over. Into the backcourt they are.
Oh, they're going man-to-man here.
Down there underneath Pickles, loses the ball out of bounds. Turnover Grangeville. Wanted to see what my turnover numbers were. St. Mary's had 9 at the end of the first half. My program told me otherwise a minute ago, said I couldn't check it. So,
Mr. Barta comes through with right down the lane.
No assist?
Nope.
Shot up, no good by Munt, but he will be fouled. Only the second foul of the second half for St. Mary's. Tristan Hill, second foul. Well, I'm hoping my program here will correct itself by the time this is over, because I'm not being able to access my stats. Quick substitution here. Wicks and Hill comes out. Holmes checked in. And Badgett. Second free throw, no good. Rebound to Renner. Holder with the ball up top. Cross court to Barta. Down to short corner. Shot by Holmes. A lot of contact, no whistle. Rebound to the Bulldogs. Back the other way. Munt underneath. They're going to get a foul on St. Mary. Badgett picks up his second foul.
So Carter Munt is the only one that shot free throws so far for Grangeville tonight. He's 0 for 4 right now. He's got 2 more to try. And he's 0 for 5.
That was on the shot. I didn't know that. Now I do.
So you have an interesting stat to work with. Grangeville hasn't shot free throws. Only Carter has.
Huh.
And he makes the 6th on the 6th try.
Let's see if I can't pull out my...
Do you want me to take over, Tim, or
nope,
how you got it?
I got it.
All right, good.
Holder, cross court to Renner, short corner.
And he traveled. He even faked himself out on that one.
That's a little extra shuffle there by Renner. Lumberjacks lead. St. Mary's outscored the Bulldogs 21-2 in the third. Up to the free throw line. Give and go action to Sickles. Shot is, got a little bit of arm there, and that's going to be against Holder.
Is fourth, I think.
I have third. I could be wrong. Never know.
Oh, I got that one. I win.
Ding, 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 ding.
But what do I win? Nothing. Story of my life. I didn't play the lottery again last night.
So St. Mary's is up to...
Oh, someone else shooting free throws. Mr. Sickles is 1 for 1.
St. Mary's is up to 14 turnovers, but Grangeville has 35.
That's not a surprise.
Second free throw by Sickles on the way. That's off the mark. Rebound to Holder. Some more youngsters coming in for St. Mary's.
Definitely.
I don't have a number 4 on my roster.
That's a year out.
I don't think I have it anyways. They finally, who was that? Holder fed that into Holmes from the right side.
Yep.
Not a dunk, but still a nice looking pass. They didn't get the alley-oop attempt that
I think they told him to keep his feet on the floor.
Shot up by the Bulldogs. No good. Rebound. Put back, no good. Rebound to the Bulldogs again, and then they get fouled.
You know, the clock is stopped.
That's interesting.
Huh. I guess I was right.
It was
again.
At 30 in the girls' game, Clark.
Well, maybe a girls' game, but this is a boys' game. And I am now 2 for 2 tonight, Tim.
I'm going to question on that one. I'm going to have to go down.
Oh, now they started it again. There you go. I'm 1 for 2.
Free throw missed by Sickles. Time to
look at this. Have fun with that, Tim.
Very easy. I don't have a 4, though. I got to add
That's
a play.
a year out kid, I believe. JJ? Is that right?
That's Grangeville, damn it.
Oh, don't say that on the radio, Tim.
Yeah. Second free throw was no good.
We say doggone it.
Doggone it.
Our dadgummit.
Barda. I think both Bardas are in there. Landon Holmes is in there. No, who isn't in there? I've got too many. Tristan Hill isn't in there.
Block there.
I didn't see who got that rebound after that last free throw. Or who missed this last shot. Doesn't matter. Okay. We're corrected on my lineup, though, so that's good.
But are we? Do we have a number 15 that I'm not aware of? I can't see who that is over there.
There's a 15, but he's not on our roster for Grangeville.
Our roster for Grangeville, there's a 15 in white.
That's Landon Holmes.
Thank you. I thought so.
Corner for the Bulldogs. Shot on the way. Three-pointer. No good. Ball out of bounds. Who's it going to be off of?
That's going to be Grangeville ball.
I could have swore I had year out on my roster. Pass down underneath. Shot underneath and too far underneath by Bulldogs. No good. Rebound goes to the 4. We're assuming it's year out.
And if we're wrong, we'll straighten that out later.
Oh, yeah. Jump shot from the short corner by Brock Barda. No good. Rebound to the Bulldogs.
They're in a man-to-man. St. Mary's is.
Bulldogs driving
underneath.
Whoa! That.
You let that one go by? Wow!
Lower good. Tyler Renner
threw an elbow into him.
Tyler Renner got called for a charge for that in Kellogg. Dipping his shoulder into the defender. That's deflected by Grangeville.
Wow.
That was a surprising no call on the offensive. Of course, I think he should have went down. I think that might have been what didn't get the call. Was it Barda?
He's not going to go
fell
down.
to the ground. Might have gotten the call a little bit
Barda
easier.
was never an actor. One is less talent.
You're out with the ball. Down to Brock Barda. Brock fakes the 3, goes out to Swallows for 3 from the corner, in and
out, and Sloper all over that ball. Oh, good try.
Okay, I don't have Swallows in there.
Well, he is.
The one Barda isn't. Number 3, Jack, isn't in there. Okay.
Nope.
Now we got it corrected. Three-pointer on the way from the number 21. That one's no good. Rebound to Sloper.
I don't even have a 21, Tim. This is what makes play fun.
Shot up and won't fall in for Swallows. Rebound to the Bulldogs. Sloper with the steal. Down to Hill, or the Swallows, and it's up and good. 56-19, Lumberjacks with the lead. Bulldogs 15 drives into the lane, kicks out to the corner. Drives right side, shot up. It's going to fall in for the number 21.
I got two people I don't know names for. Smith and Jones have scored today.
Doe.
Doe's next.
Driving his year out. Looking for Sloper. It's going to go out of bounds. Doesn't matter as that's the end of the game. Lumberjacks improved too. What was our record here? 2-1 in conference play and 5-3 overall. 4-0 at home. We'll take a break and come back and wrap things up here with our post game.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to safety. But it's true. St. Maries Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Maries Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the Hot Deli for something quick for dinner. St. Maries Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to safety.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goals. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time. Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses. And most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, if you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
And we are back, and, well, sadly, my stats program, I'm not getting a good internet or something's going on, and I cannot get my final stats. Clark, you want to?
I'll give you some stats.
You can go to the stats for Grangeville, but I'm not having any luck in getting my stats to load up for the varsity boys game at all.
Well, there's not much to report. 19 points was what they had for the game, and two people with 5 points each. One was Lagaretta, and the other one was Munt. They both had 5 points. And like I said, Smith and Jones came in and scored 2 points, along with Holes with 2. And I'm sorry, but Sickles has 3. He got a point in the second half to do that.
All right.
So that's their 19 points.
Well, once again, St. Mary's comes away. Oh, I do have 21 on the end here. I don't know. 56-21 is what I do have. Maybe they did get a bucket late, but it's not that important.
I'll give it to somebody. Let's see. Smith got 4.
So what I'm encountering is a server error to where my stats get stored to, and I have to have my program load them up. So it's not wanting to do so, and it could be an issue on Digital Scout's side right now. It could be the sometimes struggling internet here inside the gym, which I've never had that issue. So I think it might be a Digital Scout issue. But St. Mary's, well, they just put the hammer down on Grangeville tonight.
They certainly did. Played very well. Defense was the big thing that led to their offense tonight. Great job that way. And the guards were just very aggressive, and the press had Grangeville there struggling. And when they did get it over, they couldn't find anything inside the paint.
So, again, the upcoming schedule looks like this. The girls will be at Priest River on the 17th. I believe that's Tuesday. I plan on making that trip up to Priest River for the varsity girls game at 7 o'clock. On the 19th, the boys and the girls are playing that night, but the girls will be at Troy. It's a closer game, but the boys are playing Orofino, which is a league game, so we'll head up to Orofino in person for that game. And then on Saturday, it's another road game, as it's going to be JV and varsity, all 4 teams playing at Genesis Prep in Coeur d'Alene or over in Post Falls. And those games tip off at 2 o'clock with the JV girls game, and then JV boys will follow that at about 3:30. Varsity girls at 5 and varsity boys at 6:30. Wrestling teams, once again, wrestling will be hosting Kellogg on Wednesday, and then the wrestling team will be at the Clearwater Classic on Saturday, and the cheerleading squad will be at the Prairie Classic on Saturday as well. So that's the upcoming schedules. We hope everybody enjoyed the broadcast here this evening from Lumberjack Gymnasium. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here with our next broadcast next week for some Lumberjack basketball.
You've been listening to another production of Lumberjack Sports on KOFE 1240 St. Mary's, your Lumberjack Sports Network. We thank you for tuning in and hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We also want to thank our Lumberjack Sports broadcast sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Until next time, same as always, go Lumberjack!